the show. Got some new folks that are going to hang out during these shows because it is coming. It is coming where we're going to be on the road on Thursday, on Friday, likely on Monday. There are going to be so many different opportunities for you to come out. You come out and hang out. You come out and win. You know, as a feel-good, so Kyle and I go downstairs on 5 before every show because we don't really dig the non-closed-off surroundings of our cubicle, right? So we go downstairs on 5. Sometimes we have production to do, sometimes we don't, but we talk about stuff. And today I had some production to do, and it was for bullseyeeventgroup.com. That was a good feeling. That was a good feeling knowing that that is back because we are on the way. On the way to getting back to it. And not only do you have bullseyeeventgroup.com that you know, the pregame party, the all-you-can-eat, DJ skids, the entertainment, all that fun, but, man, my man Kyle Kinnett has put that all over the place. Hey, we're in a radio station. Let me yell down the hall real quick. Hey. Anyway, that is coming at you really quick. Kyle Kinnett's got them, I think, in like 9 different, maybe 10 different NFL markets now. So it's going to be fun. Really is. Got a Vegas trip planned coming up during November of the Colts season. We got to all get on the same page, by the way, with that, too. We got to all make sure we're out there. A little decompression time for a weekend in Vegas, right? Yeah, I've been watching Casino to make sure that, no, not really, but I do watch Casino whenever it's on. That's coming up in November, but it was a feel-good. It was a feel-good to get back with bullseyeeventgroup.com and get that thing going because we are getting closer and closer. Now, the one thing, we talk about all these different these situations that we completely overanalyze, and I am chief among us all that overanalyzes. You know, that's just what I do. I've tried to save you a little bit from the wide receiver position. I mean, even yesterday with the Julio Jones stuff, I know you guys are kind of beaten down with it. I respect that. I do. So I had to try to save you from that a little bit because now it's like prove it time now. And hope that you have more at that position than just guys. Hope that some of these guys just haven't been able to show. Or some of these guys have been unable to show because they've been injured. Paris Campbell comes to mind. So hopefully the vision that Chris Ballard has at that position, and I hope that it is a vision, I hope that it's just not always coming down to the fact where he just does not view that as a valued position because there are not a lot of dudes in the NFL that any longer that don't view the wide receiver as a valued position. You saw with DK Metcalf what they ended up doing in Seattle. When you think about the offseason at that position, you had 2 teams that went ahead and just bailed all together. You know what? I don't want to pay at that threshold, so let's make a trade. And then you had 2 other teams that end up bringing their guys back in Washington. And now in Seattle, and I guess Deebo Samuel is still just kind of hanging out in San Francisco right now. As I've said before, you don't look for Michael Pittman Jr. You want him to translate into that. And hopefully you understand what I'm saying. We want to be able to have that conversation about him. And I believe that at some point we will. But you want to be able to have that conversation about him because that means he has vaulted himself into that particular category. I think right now, if he doesn't reach that, there's going to be a lot of disappointment around here. But hopefully the vision that Ballard has for that position that is certainly lost on guys like me, but the value that he has and the vision he has at that position, hopefully it works out for him. But this is the thing you don't want to have to talk about. And that's what took place in Tampa with center Ryan Jensen. I think Todd Bowles, the new head coach down there, had mentioned he could miss months. You know, a lot of people are suggesting he could be gone for the entire year. Literally, things just got started. And that sucks. That's what you try to sidestep. I mean, the Colts, for example, normally this injury stuff comes during the season. You just kind of sit back and you wait on it. But in the first week, you imagine dealing with this in the first week and how much that would stink? So all this overanalyzing of wide receiver, of left tackle, hey, are they going to be good or not? Who's on the hot seat? How's Stephon Gilmore going to respond? Is he over it, or is he still whatever? All this stuff that we're going to talk about, not just now, not just yesterday, but for the days to come. The one true thing is sidestep what the Buccaneers are having to go through right now. And the Buccaneers, like a lot of teams, are in certainly win now. I mean, you can view it that way as they have been because of Tom Brady. Whether or not he's going to come back for another year, how he's going to look this year. Colts are win now, too. Colts will win the division right now. The Colts will win the division right now or be incredibly disappointing. That's how everybody's going to view it. You can say what you want about the looking at it, defining it at the end of the season, but if they don't win this division, this is going to be incredibly disappointing. You know, it's stuff like that. You want to make sure as much as you can, I guess if it comes down to crossing your fingers or not walking under ladders, you know, whatever you might believe in superstition-wise that could change what certainly has been an issue in season for the Colts. You just want to be able to sidestep stuff like that. That, to me, really stinks. You don't even get your season started. Your season is not even started. Now you're looking for another center. And I guess you can look at it two different ways. You can look at it as certainly by now you can find a center. You know, at least it happens now. So you have some time to respond. But it's never good when it happens this time of year. So that, to me, is the only true thing that you just cross your fingers and you hope that the Colts stay away from, is stuff like that. All this other stuff is going to find a seat. It's going to find a seat with what we see. You know, whether or not that vision of the general manager matches the production that we sit here and expect from that group. There is a lot on the shoulders. You guys with me yesterday when I talked about Alec Pierce, and I'm not trying to undersell Alec Pierce, but it is tough as a rookie wide receiver to put up huge numbers. I hope that he does, and I hope that he absolutely outdistances what I believe that he is going to put up, or where you should set your bar of production for him. You know, a lot of things when you think about that position, too. Sounds like you have more hope than you do expectation. Give you a great example of that. So, if you're watching Alec Pierce right now, do you expect him? Are your expectations for him to go 500 plus and then more than a couple of touchdowns in his rookie season in receiving? Or are your expectations more that Paris Campbell is going to remain healthy? Or both of those, or which one of those would be the more reasonable expectation? And with that, do you expect somebody like Desmond Patman, somebody like Ashton Doolin, to give you something at that position that you're just not thinking as of right now that you're going to get? And see, therein lies the difference right there. It's not so much the expectation. With Michael Pittman Jr., you have expectations. Yeah, outdistance what you did a year ago going over 1,000 yards. You know, be in that elite level positional company to where we have to have that conversation here coming up, where you want to get paid. That has been the movement. That has been the movement. And you've seen it around the NFL. And again, teams have decided in different ways how to approach it, how to accept it. But you hope that he's in that position. So, yeah, the expectations to me, the expectations are more on Michael Pittman Jr., but it's more of a hope for literally everybody else. When you're thinking about pass catchers on that team, there's a great deal of hope. That includes the tight end position. So to me, you go above, as I gave you as an example yesterday, Zach Pascal's numbers. I think that's what you expect out of Alec Pierce. And hopefully he blows that out of the water. I hope you're right. And clearly, at least from what you hear out there, there is a great deal of conversation, or I should say, there's a great deal of focus that is on getting rid of the ball. It seems like that the whole Phillip Rivers style, but with a guy that most certainly would tell you has a much stronger arm, it seems like that they're going back to that. More of the rhythm. I guess we're going to be a part of Rhythm Nation once again, which is fine with me. Because last year, clearly, while it worked out numbers-wise for Michael Pittman Jr., there was some level of disjointed play there. Yeah, no doubt. But it seems like that is the direction that they're going. Oh, listen, they're going to go over the top. It's not like they're not gonna. But it seems like that they're trying to get that rhythm back again. And they're trying to get that rhythm back with their new quarterback. Similar situation to that. Hopefully they get production-wise with Jonathan Taylor from last year to this year. You know, just a new focus. Just don't forget about 21. Giving 21 responsibility that he's asked for. He's asked for on this show before. He's wanted it. Now it's going to be up to him to step up when given the opportunity to take it. I can't wait to see them play because I want to know just how much they're going to look like that team of a couple of years ago offensively with Rivers compared to what they looked like last year, for example. You know, a lot of running. When they didn't run, everybody said, run the damn ball. When they did run the ball, everybody said, hey, you got to be able to throw it. How are you not able to throw it better when you run it as well as Jonathan Taylor did? Whatever. You're going to have a lot of things come together here. You just do. You got that first night practice coming up tomorrow night. And I don't say sold out because those tickets aren't sold, but the allotment of tickets, this has been an interesting camp so far because you got that indoor practice with like 750 or so out there. That was the fill line. And then yesterday, I've been told by a number of folks that were out there that was as many as we have seen. What you can see right now is, and I know a lot of people would say, well, it was a nice day and people just want to go out and it's right before the start of school. No, that is a fan base. This is a fan base that has lofty expectations that need to be met. That's what that says more than anything else to me. Is, hey, listen, this is fun. It's great to go out here and have everybody lined up in standing room only during camp. But this is a fan base that is no doubt wanting a high level of winning, and they expect it. And that's going to have to be backed up. You make no mistake about that. I think the fans, not only do the fans want it, and certainly the fans deserve it, the fans expect it. I don't know what exactly you expected last year. This seems certainly with the way that things went, it was very disjointed. In the year prior, it was almost like, getting back to the postseason and trying to, at least in the short term, getting over your quarterback stepping away in the fashion in which he did, getting past Jacoby Brissett, having a name recognizable quarterback, a veteran quarterback that wanted to come here. I mean, you go to Buffalo, you get close, don't win, whatever. Last year was just incredibly disjointed, and it just fell off a cliff at the end of the year. But the expectations, that's what that crowd, that's what tomorrow night at that night practice, already being well without a ticket of availability, is going to tell you that it's not just fun time out there. There's a great deal of stuff to do, and that's fantastic, but the expectations are there. And those expectations for this fan base, I don't blame you whatsoever, have to be met. And no doubt that is what that should tell you. So we can hit up that if you guys like at 239-1070. Email address JMV at 1070thefan.com. Shows on Twitter at JMV 1070. Inside the Lounge via YouTube Live. Say if I had a contract, what would they write in my contract here that I'd go, wait, but I probably would sign it anyway. Give me a Kyler Murray example of what would be in my contract. Hey, what? 4 hours of studying, 5 hours of studying a week?
You can only make, let's say, 2 references to 80s movies or films a week.
Son of a gun. See, I couldn't sign that. Would having a good time when I'm out, I couldn't sign that either. Wherever I go, there's going to be a good time happening. Some say it. I back it up. You guys know that to be true. It's funny how all that Kyler Murray stuff blew up, and let's face it, the Cardinals made the mistake. Murray made the mistake. Everybody made a mistake on this, and now everybody's incredibly embarrassed. Everybody is embarrassed. And the only thing that could have been done would be the Cardinals coming back and saying, all right, we're going to rip this thing up because obviously this has brought a lot of unwanted attention and it has not worked out the way that we thought it might. I just am curious, did you think that nobody was going to look? Because Ian Rappaport's the one that discovered it, right? He was looking through it to see if there was something contractually written as far as baseball was concerned. And then he kind of stumbled upon that and the video game thing. How did you not think that wasn't going to be? Listen, in this world, everything is turned into something. So that won't, especially a guy that has been wearing it at the end of seasons. And believe me, knowing, because I'm a fantasy geek that's had him a couple of years, hey, everything is great at the beginning. Everything is great in the middle. At the tail end, it's been El Stinko. So you not think that somebody wasn't going to see it, you're going to just sneak that by. So now everybody's embarrassed. Every time this dude goes out to play, and if he doesn't play well, what's it going to be about? It's going to be about him not studying. Well, he didn't study enough. Yeah, he clearly did not study enough against that Rams defense. He surely wasn't ready for that. Every time. That's never going away. Well, I take that back. It would go away if they win. If they win at a high clip, that'll go away. But until they do, it won't. That is just incredible craziness. It's like a lot of that unwanted stuff, if you go back to the whole Luck saga. Oh, is he going to play? Is he ready to play? When's he going to play? Hey, how's he feeling? Is he healthy? Is he healthy enough to play? Blah, 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 blah. These guys out there are going to get tired of it. It is never going to stop. What just an incredible error in judgment for everybody. And not only the player, but organizationally, everybody's going to have to own that one for a while. What may be like funny to think about for us, it wouldn't be so funny if you were a fan of that particular football team. That's just a bad deal all the way around. Funny. All right, we have contractually, this is paragraph 3. You're not allowed to make any Fast Times or Ridgemont High references, nor Roadhouse. And wait, what? I don't think I can do that. You're not allowed to sit in front. Did you see yesterday? I was trying to do, you guys see me messing with my hair yesterday? Because you guys all call me Fat Dracula inside the lounge via YouTube Live. Look what it's done. Now I'm kind of parting on the side. See how sensitive I am? I'm so sensitive. I tried to fix it yesterday. I was doing a PAI read during the break. I guess you guys don't see me during the break, though, do you? That's some good stuff. Very sensitive. In my contract, it would have to say, it does not want to be referenced as Fat Dracula. Thank you. We got that for you. Dale Jarrett's at the bottom of the hour of NBC. Dale Jarrett started what we know as the smooching, the kissing of the bricks. Dale Jarrett started that. Nobody had kissed the bricks before Dale Jarrett? Actually, Dale Jarrett is an incredibly nice human being. His father, Ned, may have been the nicest human being ever to walk. He was incredible. I mean, incredible. All the way around. I'm assuming at some point still is. What is he, 89, 90 now, I think, Ned? Yeah, I know. There's a reason why they call him Gentleman Ned Jarrett. But man, was he nice. Back when he was still doing it for NASCAR, we were out there a couple of different times. He would just sit and talk to you forever. And I'm sure he'd go, this guy has zero idea what he's talking about. And he acted like I did. I appreciated that. Dale Jarrett's going to join us coming up at the bottom of the hour. This will be the first conversation we've had about this weekend. Going to have to rethink this weekend, I guess, in the future, unless this is just cool with you, I guess, because I don't know if anybody knows anything is going on. What do they have, 800 people out there? You got to open that up to a little bit of glory on a day like today. I know that Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is somewhere in Brownsburg, and I know that Ty Dillon was somewhere in Bargersville, but man, you better introduce some of these dudes, certainly the younger generation that might even have a care. You need to introduce them to some of these guys. Maybe this is the way that you like it, I guess. I guess so. And the same for IndyCar, too, because Connor Daly had a point when he tweeted out a couple of days ago, some of my friends did not even know that IndyCar was racing out there this weekend. That's not good. Dale Jarrett, bottom of the hour. Mike Wells going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. I believe the track dude, hopefully, he's got PA responsibilities out at IMS, and he's got meetings. They have meetings for the radio network. I'm sure PRN and the IMS radio network, some meetings going on. We'll see if the track dude can jump on here in the 5 o'clock hour. I've got Race Trash Anything Goes coming up for you, too. We haven't done that yet this week. We'll do that coming up at some point in the 5 o'clock hour. Colts Happy Hour with me starts tonight. That's another reason why you feel good, right? 6 o'clock, Colts Happy Hour, 6 until 7 with me. Otherwise, we'll do some calls, 239-1070. Email address at jmv at 1070thefan.com. Show us on Twitter at jmv1070, Inside the Lounge via YouTube Live. Facebook Live as well. You got us there if you want to watch, listen, and communicate. And, of course, HD Radio is brilliant if you get it. 93.1 HD Radio 2. The stream, the app, 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. Back with you next.
State leaders are calling for expansion of educational paths outside the traditional college model to help move Indiana forward. The Indiana union construction industry has been the leader in apprenticeship and vocational training for over 100 years. In partnership with contractors, our industry makes an investment of more than $52 million a year in training, with no cost to taxpayers. Through on-the-job training and classroom instruction, our tradesmen and women learn skills and earn degrees, making them the skilled, drug-free workforce employers count on, and the best value for your next construction project. The Indiana Union Construction Industry. Value on display every day.
Hi, I'm John Hooker, President of the Central Indiana Building Trades Council. I'm proud to represent the union construction workers who build the Indianapolis skyline. Providing the trained workforce of today for the construction projects of tomorrow, the Central Indiana Building Trades are skilled on principle, union by choice.
Come celebrate 11 years of supporting Indy 11 with the Brickyard Battalion and all Indy 11 supporters this Saturday, July 30th versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Kickoff is 7 p.m. downtown at Carroll Stadium. Come early to tailgate and be part of the pregame festivities. Pick up your game day poster and ready yourself for 90 minutes of nonstop action. Download the Indy 11 app to manage your game day experience. Buy your tickets or purchase now online at indy11.com.
My name is Kayla Cinders, and I work for Gleaners Food Bank. I am a local service manager for 3 counties in our 21-county service area, and I nominated Katie.
And I'm Jiffy Lube owner Steve Sanner. At Jiffy Lube, we are proud to support Hoosier charities that use their vehicles to do more to make Indiana a better place to live.
My name is Katie Wilkerson. I pick up at the mobile food pantries. The best part of volunteering to hand someone some food and see the smile on their face, the relief. Without my vehicle, there's no way I'd be able to do this. To go to any of the pantries, it's at least 18 miles.
Jiffy Lube of Indiana provides all of our Do More winners with free vehicle maintenance for a year. Because now at Jiffy Lube, our trained technicians do more to keep vehicles like theirs and yours on the road. Brakes, tires, batteries, and more. As well as Indiana's favorite oil change since 1985.
Jiffy Lube accepts competitors' coupons, so you don't have to choose between saving a few dollars versus treating your vehicle to Jiffy Lube's award-winning service. Click on JiffyLubeIndiana.com for a Jiffy Lube near you.
8 years ago, we started climbing mountains to raise dollars and awareness for children battling cancer. Over the years, we've summited some amazing peaks, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for our partners. On August 13th, we head down to South America for our biggest climb yet. Chimborazo is over 20,000 feet tall, and we are climbing it to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Learn more about our climbs and make a donation today by visiting keepclimbingfoundation.org.
Big Red Liquors Big Gas Giveaway. This month, Big Red Liquors is giving away 4 $500 gas cards. Yes, you could win a $500 gas card. Stop in at any Big Red Liquors to enter. It's free. Must be 21 to enter. No purchase necessary.
More than 1,000 Hoosiers are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Learn more about Indiana Donor Network and sign up to be an organ donor at drivenToSaveLives.org.
Put on your helmet. It's about to get real.
Greg Cosell. What does the tape show on why Ryan is an upgrade over Wentz?
Ryan is a more consistent player. He's always been at his best when he's had a run game as well, and clearly that's the starting point of the Colts offense. Ryan makes nuanced, detailed plays on a more consistent basis, and those are the kinds of plays that often can be the difference in games.
Dan Dockage, weekdays noon to 3 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Hey, you gonna stare all day or you gonna buy something? I'm gonna stare all day.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
You know, if you're outside right now and listening to this, if you have the windows down in your car, outside of having me on and cranked up, the only other song that makes perfectly good sense on a day like today is this. It's a feel-good. Trackside tonight at 7, Beyond the Bricks coming at you with Mike and Jake at 8 o'clock. Indiana Sports Talk after that. Race Trash, Anything Goes, 5 o'clock hour. Mike Wells, 4 o'clock hour. Dale Jarrett of NBC is going to join us coming up in a minute. Dale Jarrett was the first one ever to kiss the bricks after a win. I am reminded by folks, and a shout out to everybody in Beech Grove. I guess Joey Logano's over in Beech Grove right now. Correct? I'm assuming he doesn't live there, but that's where he is right now, Beech Grove. Jason Gill chimes in your contract is a provision written in no invented words like jackassery. I would struggle with that a great deal. There's no question about that. I would struggle with it. Meantime, Andy Moore, Automotive Group Hotline. He's won here. He's on NBC, and he was the first guy to ever win here and then kiss the yard of bricks. Dale Jarrett of NBC is on the Andy Moore Automotive Group Hotline. You're the one that started it all.
Yeah, very fortunate first and foremost to win there in 1996 on the oval of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And, with my crew chief and I had talked a little bit about what we might do a little bit different if we were fortunate to win. And I came up with the idea that it was going to be around the yard of bricks. We didn't know exactly what we were going to do when we got there, but we figured everybody'd follow us and there'd be some photo ops. But then we decided that kissing the bricks was the proper thing to do on that afternoon.
I know that a lot of things that are held special and beginnings of traditions probably are very unintentional as far as longevity is concerned. Did you guys have any idea that you were creating a tradition that certainly many, if not everybody, that's ever gone around there and had a win has followed you up on?
No, had no idea. And, it was just something that, we thought that this would be done and it would be our thing and it would be over and done with. No idea that I think pretty much every driver that's won an event here since that time has done the same thing. So really cool to see. It brings back a lot of great memories, obviously, and to know that we were able to be the third driver in the stock cars to win here and then start a tradition that everybody else has followed suit. Really fun. And but it basically is what we all do to do that, but it's honoring this great speedway and what it is and the history this year.
He is Dale Jarrett, a former champion here and certainly of NBC, a racing analyst on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard's coming at you on Sunday. Now, for a number of years, they have been doing this on the road course. You obviously won it traditionally on the oval. I talked to Doug Bowles on Monday, and it sounded like that here in the not-so-distant future, they're going to end up going back to the oval again. Do you expect that here quickly? Would you like to see them do that, or are you a fan of them running it on the road course as they have?
I'll just say yay. Congratulations. I hope that's exactly what happens. I believe the Cup cars belong on the oval here. And I think these new next-gen cars will perform at an even higher level than what we saw with the stock cars we run here previously. If they want to lead the Xfinity, and I think, first of all, it's a great triple header weekend, having the IndyCar series here on the road course and then the Xfinity on the road course. If they want to lead that, we've done that on Saturdays before, and then the Cup cars be on the oval on Sunday. I think that's the proper way to do it. I've hated for the couple of years. It's highly entertaining, the road courses, no doubt, but I think if the Cup series is going to be here, they need to be here with the history, the tradition on the oval, and I'll look forward to getting back to that day.
It's a great segue you gave me, too, because I was thinking about the next-gen car and how you believe that this car will translate to the oval, unlike we had seen prior to that movement to the road course here.
Yeah, I think there are things that I know about it, not having driven one yet, but to watch them and talk to the drivers, I think there are things about it that will suit a flatter surface, which, not a lot of banking in these four distinct corners. And I think that's where this car performs at a better and higher level. We saw a great race last weekend at Pocono, and it has a couple of corners. Turns 2 and 3 are very flat there, and we saw a lot of great racing there. So I anticipate that this car would work extremely well here, and the fans would be excited with the action that they see.
So Dale Jarrett on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. You mentioned last week at Pocono, Chase Elliott ended up being the winner. Not a lot of guys, and certainly he talked about that afterwards, not thrilled in how he got the win because he had a couple in front of him disqualified. Have you ever won a race because of a disqualification in front of you?
No, I haven't. I got disqualified from winning a race at Michigan in 1995 in the Xfinity Series. What is the Xfinity Series now? It's Busch Series then. So I understand how Denny Hamlin felt, even though probably not even to that level, but it was my own car and my own team that I won with, and then to have it taken away, it wasn't a lot of fun. And it really, we broke no rules. It was something that they said didn't look right. So I understand that side of it, but never was the beneficiary of having something like that. I think we probably all have benefited in someone's misfortune in a way that they either had to pit for fuel or something happened to them late in the race, but never like that. That was really bizarre to see the first two cars in particular, both of them be that. But knowing what was done now, that you understand why it happened to both cars, because it was something that they found, even as as minor as a few pieces of tape there that would help them in some way, shape, or form. They didn't put it on there because it might hinder the car or it wasn't going to make any difference, because they understand NASCAR made it very clear before this year started to the owners, to the drivers, to the crew chiefs, and everyone involved that there were certain parts and pieces that are supplied to them, and the body being one of those that you could not modify in any way, shape, or form, or there would be severe penalties to come, and we saw that happen this past Sunday, unfortunately.
Are teams, crew chiefs, are they just when do you decide to push that? Because that seems like the way you explained it, the way you defined it, seems like an exact rule to me, or as close as you can. How often do you see that or hear about? You don't hear about that happening, what took place with the two being disqualified last weekend very often. How often do teams press the envelope, you think, with that rule in mind?
Here's the biggest thing that they have to overcome is the culture from 1948, when NASCAR was started, through 2021. It was about pushing the rules as much as you possibly can in an area that could help benefit you to get more speed or more drivability out of your car. So that has been okay with penalties that went with it, but it wasn't disqualification at any time. We haven't seen that since 1960. So 62 years that it took for it to happen again. So the culture was that, hey, we can push this issue. The worst that's going to happen is if we do get caught with it. I'm not going to go as far as cheating with it. A lot of people will say that's what it is. But, it was just trying to gain a little bit of an advantage in different ways. But it's hard to overcome that in just a short period of time. But I think everyone now understands the severity of the penalty of messing with these parts and pieces. There are a lot of adjustments. You hear the team sometimes say there's not a lot of adjustability with these cars. Well, that's not exactly true. There are things that they used to do to the body and to certain parts on the chassis and parts and pieces of the chassis. But now a lot of those parts and pieces are made and supplied through suppliers and manufacturers that NASCAR has said you can't touch these certain pieces. I think everyone now has a clear understanding of that, and we'll see less of that because it's not a good look for the sport. You understand that, but I think everyone now understands that the procedure after these races is that you don't know exactly what they're going to inspect, so you can't take that chance. I mean, this was done so nicely underneath the wrap that the scan didn't even pick this up, and it's down to just very, very small percentages that it doesn't pick up. So I think the message was sent this weekend. We'll see less of that. But as teams struggle to find what can make their car go faster and drive a little better for their driver, which in turn makes it go faster, they've been pushing the issue. They'll find other ways now.
Dale Jarrett of NBC's with us. For our stick and ball fans out there, is this the equivalent of stealing signs in baseball, or is it viewed as much worse from a NASCAR perspective?
No, I think that it would probably go along those lines. Yeah, and maybe, the whole deal with George Brett and the pine tar and things like that. Yeah, I would look at it more as that even than stealing signs. It's just a little bit of, it's just such a small thing, but it is a big thing because it's an area that you just can't deal with. Over the years, it's been that you didn't mess with the fuel, you didn't mess with the engine, and you didn't mess with the tires. Well, now we have a lot more involved there to where you can't do anything to these bodies unless you file a report with NASCAR that you're making a small repair. And when you make this repair, you have to file that report with them in case they find that during an inspection process. So there's a lot more to it this day and time, but that's along the same lines, yes.
It's Dale Jarrett's with us. Any surprise for you? And I'm assuming there probably are a couple in that top 15 to this point of the season in NASCAR?
The different winners. I mean, I think that we've had 14 different winners this year, and seeing people like Ross Chastain, who has been up front all year long in every case, and was a part of that Pocono battle the other day before he and Denny Hamlin got together on the restart. You've seen Daniel Suarez go win a race with Trackhouse. I think Trackhouse racing has been the story. What Justin Marks and this team has been able to do in a short period of time, putting both their drivers into the playoffs now with victories this year, just incredible. So I think those are the biggest one. You know, we've had 5 first-time winners in the Cup Series, and nobody really has stood out as a championship favorite until the last 5 weeks. And Chase Elliott has kind of put himself in that position right now with these last 5 weeks of being either first or second. It's just been incredible. And I know the other day it looked like he was going to finish third, so you could have said first, second, or third, and it's still an incredible run of 5 weeks there. So a lot of surprises, but I'm not sure our surprises are over at this point in time. We've still got 5 races before the regular season's over, and I honestly believe, I said this back in May, that looking at the lineup and who had won at that point in time, that I honestly believe this could be the year that we have at least 16 winners to make up the playoffs.
No doubt. A lot of us around here are big-time Chase Briscoe fans. I mean, we remember his dad on dirt around here prior to. And I love, and I don't know if that's just kind of a grassroots thing that you see, but I love the fact that he just grinded and worked and won his way up. How do you view his season to this point?
Well, by winning that race at Phoenix, it solidified that this season was going to be the best of his career in that way. He was a Cup winner now. He did it by dominating that race. And so the rest of the year, even though it hasn't been as good, if you just look at the results, is what they would like to have. They have themselves in a great position. I know there are things they've been trying, and there's been a lot of races that he's been right there in the mix, and things didn't work out by the end to get them the finish they deserve. But he will be a factor this Sunday, I believe. Excellent road racer, has shown that right here at the Indianapolis road course, and so I expect him to be there. And I think when the playoffs come around, that's a driver you're going to have to watch. I think the tracks line up very well for him, and it is a great story because it gives those drivers that are racing at the short tracks around the country, whether it's dirt or asphalt, it gives them hope that their opportunity will come along someday as they showcase their talents there, and that opportunity could be out there for them later on, and Chase is that perfect example.
It is Dale Jarrett with us of NBC. Of course, Brickyard coverage from them is coming up on Sunday, but I want to mention Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, you got Christopher Bell, Reddick, Chastain you mentioned too. How do you think this era of driver compares to, for example, your era or your generation?
Completely different in my mind, in a way. I mean, obviously, you have to have talent regardless of when you come along. You have to learn and understand what it takes to win at the highest level. But these drivers now are getting a great opportunity from the time that they turn 18 years old to compete on these tracks in either trucks or stock cars, and now they're getting opportunities to get behind the wheel of good, and I mean really good equipment in the Cup Series at 19, 20 years old. Young Ty Gibbs is another one that's had the opportunity last week to get in and sub for Kurt Busch. We'll do that again this Sunday. So there are just so many young drivers that have the talent and now are being put in that position at a very young age. It's fun to watch them basically mature as people and as drivers right before our very eyes in the highest series, the biggest that it gets in NASCAR. And to watch them perform is just amazing to me that they are fearless and they have an attitude about them that I think is unmatched in this sport. Before, it might have been you had less than a handful in the series for so many years that had attitudes like many of them have now. And, it's kind of what our world is made up of now, and you have to have that. And so I think it's completely different. I wonder how I would have fared in this. I think you adapt as a driver and as a competitor to whatever it takes to be as good as you can be at any point in time. But these drivers, they have a lot on them, and competing at the highest level each and every week is very difficult, but they handle it very well.
It's funny, too, because these guys, everybody just thinks that, you fly into a track and you practice and then you qualify and you go. But, I mean, this, you guys are on the move constantly doing, sponsored events, advertising events, stuff like like that. There is a lot going on, probably even more so now in this era than maybe you had to deal with back in the day.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's different, because we've always had sponsor obligations, whether it's from the car manufacturers or your sponsor, so a lot of that along the way. I know that in my best years and the best years of my career, I was gone from home an average of 250 days a year, but a lot of that was done testing and tire testing at the tracks. Now the guys, they can't go test at the track. And so I think that's the other amazing thing about them is they're using a simulator to get acclimated to the different tracks with these cars. And it's just incredible that, they only get 20, 25 minutes of practice in their actual cars. So that's amazing that they're able to do that. But where we were at the racetrack, they're spending this time in the simulator in a whole nother world and doing that. So it takes that time. You have to be very dedicated and willing to do all of this, and these drivers are doing that now. So, it's not like, they just show up here. I mean, there's a lot of the Cup drivers, if they're not running the Xfinity race, they're probably not even on the property yet. So they'll come in, get ready for tomorrow. But that doesn't mean that they're not doing something with it today in some way, shape, or form and getting themselves prepared for the weekend. So it's very time-consuming. It makes it difficult to balance a family life for those that are married and have kids. It's always a balance in making all of that happen, but being as good as you can possibly be and prepared as you can be.
You were a great driver, and obviously your resume backs that up. Would you have fared even better with technology being as it is right now, with simulators and the like? Or how would that have, if you were of this era, how would that have played a role into where you ultimately were as far as production-wise in NASCAR?
And looking at it, so if I were the age that they were, maybe that would be something that I could adapt to. I look at it now, and it's foreign to me. I can't, I never was good at the games that my young son could beat me at when you had that Mario Kart and everything else that was along the way. And these simulators are very sophisticated. I look at it now and think I could have never done that. I needed that on-track experience. And the other side of it is I needed hands-on. I was a hands-on driver. I learned to work on my cars, what it took to change springs and change shocks and be able to do all of those things during that time. These drivers don't touch their cars anymore. And that's not saying that they're not capable. It's just that that's not what it is. It's about engineering. It's about the science of it more than that, and trying to learn to drive. That's why I'm so amazed at how good they are and how quickly they become good just from the simulation that they use. So I'd have to say I don't think I would have done very good in this, but who knows about that? But it is one thing that amazes me with these young guys.
Hey, Dale, Atari's pole position did not prepare you like the simulators of today.
No, that's for sure. So, I would have crashed a lot of cars trying to do that.
All right. Hey, it's always a pleasure. You guys, NBC, I know it's going to be a fun weekend out there, and I do want to give a shout-out. I don't think this is a part of yours, but because it's back for the first time in a long time, Truck Series out at Lucas Oil Raceway later on tonight. It's going to be a fantastic race, a part of a fantastic weekend if you're a race fan around here.
Oh, no doubt. Great to see racing back there. And so, it doesn't matter if it's NBC or USA or Fox or whoever it is. We appreciate the racing and glad that Fox will be there covering that tonight. Should be a great event. I always loved the opportunities that I had to run the Xfinity races over there, and just exciting to see that. The fan support's just incredible, and I know it'll be that tonight. So just an amazing weekend here for racing all the way around. When you think about the trucks, the ARCA Series, the Xfinity Series, the Cup cars, and then the Indy cars here also. Just amazing.
Hey, people love you around here, too. They love it when you come on this time of year, Dale. I cannot thank you enough. We'll be watching coming up on Sunday as well. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks. Have a great weekend.
It's Dale Jarrett right there of NBC on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Honestly, one of the nicest human beings you will ever meet. And there is no doubt. That is exactly how he is when you see him out. That's exactly how his dad is when you see him out. He's an awesome dude. And I didn't bring this up, but he's right. You got ARCA, you've got the Truck Series over at Lucas Oil Raceway later on tonight. Let me tell you this. That is one of the greatest venues ever to watch races. It is going to be a blast over there tonight. And I love the fact the Truck Series is back. I'll be honest with you, I probably find myself, if I'm going to watch a race over the weekend, I would watch the Truck Series on a Friday night before the Xfinity and before the Cup Series. I do. I would watch the Truck Series before the two others. That's just kind of me. Lucas Oil Raceway later on tonight. Mike Wells, top of the hour. Race Trash, anything goes at the 5 o'clock hour. It is 239-1070. If you guys want to dial it up, we can do something there. Colts, day off today. Colts, tomorrow, night practice. We'll get into that and more with you next.
School is in session.
The great Alec Pierce joins us. First day, how'd it go?
Well, it's good to be back out here. It was nice. We had a couple of days of rookie-only stuff to kind of just get out here, get our feet back under us, like refresh the playbook in your head. So it felt good being out here. It's good to have all the vets back out here. I'm excited for this first camp.
Dan Dockage, weekdays noon to 3 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, JMV here. I talk about it all the time. You have to be prepared because when plumbing goes haywire, it is not going to say, hey, hold on a second there. John, I'm just about ready to really screw you up and you're not going to be able to flush your toilet for a while. It's not going to tell you. It's just going to happen and you've got to be prepared. That's why I always have this number handy, 317-284-9526. That's the best in plumbing. Lance and his local team at LD Smith Plumbing. Again, that number, write it down, 317-284-9526. The best in plumbing, including the 83 or it free deal. Involving your main drain in your home, ask for it. But first, call that number, 317-284-9526. Anything in plumbing, especially emergencies, from the absolute best. Lance and his local team at LD Smith Plumbing online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
Listen to Kevin and Query this week on 93.5 or 107.5 The Fan for a chance to win tickets to see Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening on November 29th at Old National Center.
Bowling, 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 keep them balls a-rolling. Bowling, bowling, bowling.
Royal Pin.
It's time to sign up for a league at any of the Royal Pin locations. They have leagues for beginners who just want to have fun and competitive leagues for longtime bowlers. All bowlers are welcome. Don't have a team? Don't worry. They'll match you up with a team. It's easy. Just sign up for a league at royalpin.com or stop into one of the centers. Plus, download the Open Lane app and become a rewards member. League bowlers get games for just $1.75 throughout the week, so don't wait to join.
Set them up, knock them down, send them flying, spinning round.
For more information, call 465-8484 or visit royalpin.com.
Royal Pin, bowling, bowling. Royal Pin, bowling.
Hey, it's Johnny for PAI. We growhairandy.com. If you're losing your hair and you don't want any part of it. If you want to go bald, go bald. There's nothing wrong with being bald. Zero. But if you want to do something about it, I've got the option for you, 888-724-5129. Darren Andrews will give you that private consultation and tell you all that goes into the regrowth of your hair. Take it from me. It works with PAI. 888-724-5129 or wegrowhairandy.com today.
Terry Stacy with your American Standard Race Day weather, brought to you by Absolute Comfort, your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer. It's an IndyCar NASCAR doubleheader here in Indy this weekend. Saturday, partly sunny and 83 for the IndyCar Gallagher Grand Prix and NASCAR Xfinity race. Sunday, partly sunny and 82 for the NASCAR Cup Verizon 200. American Standard Race Day weather was brought to you by Absolute Comfort, your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
The NASCAR Cup Series races at the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Coverage Sunday at noon on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich of Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a damn hurry.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Inside the Lounge via YouTube Live. Thank you guys for showing up on this Friday. I tried to crack it open both on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I got in there on Tuesday for a minute, and I saw everybody talking, and then it booted me out for some reason. I was not even a porn bot. I don't know why. It just booted me right out of there. Thank you, Joe to the CLLP. There's the LMB. There's Jennifer. Ron Richardson's in there, too. A lot of fundamentals there early. Airport Jimmy Shout. Thank you guys for being in there. I appreciate that. Facebook Live is where you can find us as well, but conventionally, 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. FM-wise, Nick writes this, such a good interview. Growing up, he was my dad's favorite driver in the 88 UPS car. You're not going to find too many people that are as nice and give you the high-level elite interview stuff. And I know that a lot of you probably just aren't down with it. But even if you're not, he is so enjoyable to listen to. I learned a little bit right there. I was telling folks inside the lounge, I said, I'm kind of doing this on a wing and a prayer a little bit here. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. The one that I really liked is the comparison of generations. This one to the other. I think the advantages they have of technology, of simulators like that, whereas the older school dudes had to just go out there and drive and practice. A lot more of a grind. That does make you wonder if the old school guys, how that would work for them in a new generation like this. Yeah, I know we had pole position and turbo. I don't think that was doing much for us. Prepare to qualify. Pole position. Hey, the sit down in the game was much better than the stand up pole position. Turbo was all right. I could get down with turbo a little bit. But pole position certainly was better. JMV, I'm just curious, what dreams came true for Bill Walton in Indianapolis? I believe in the intro, Bill Walton is just kind of being Bill Walton. If you know what I mean. That's just kind of the way that it is. I think he was just being Bill Walton. I don't know if any actual dreams occurred while he was here, but it did turn into one of the greatest intros ever. And as far as interviews are concerned, one of the greatest interviews right here. It was in Houston. I'm sitting across from him, and I said nothing. Houston Final Four, he sat there. He literally talked for like 45 minutes. I said nothing. Then he signed a book, his book, and he wanted to give an autographed copy with something he wrote in there, and he gave it to Tony Donahue to deliver to Larry Bird. And I'm shocked that Tony did, because if he'd have given it to me, that thing would have gone on eBay in a minute. So I'm putting this on eBay. What do you mean going to Larry Bird? But he wrote a note and signed it to Larry Bird. I think Tony delivered it to him. It was classic. All right, Race Trash, Anything Goes, 5 o'clock hour. We've got Colts Happy Hour with me coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Trackside Beyond the Bricks, 7 and 8 o'clock, respectively. Indiana Sports Talk coming at you at 9:30. Mike Wells going to join us on the other side, the start of Colts camp. He is not a part of it for the first time in forever, but we'll get our Friday chat in with Mike coming up with you next.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big questions.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded.
The NFL season countdown is underway. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, everybody, we've all heard stories from friends and family about something really bad that happened. You're in an accident, there's a painful, life-altering injury, huge medical bills, even wrongful death, all from someone else's fault. Some of you are dealing with it right now. That's where the attorneys at Paul Ritchie Law Firm can help. Tony Patterson, Paul Cruz, and John McLaughlin lead a team with over 70 years of collective courtroom experience and millions of dollars in jury awards and settlements for their clients. None of us can change the past. Just know that Tony, Paul, and John are on your side to help you and your family going forward. They're recognized by super lawyers and U.S. News and World Report as being among the leading injury lawyers in Indiana. So even if you're unsure you have a case, give Paul Ritchie a call. They'll listen and give you their free experienced legal opinion. Call 317-269-2509 or visit parinjury.com. That's PARR injury.com.
Message to Amy Spin Class. Happy 3rd, 29th birthday, Amy! Exclamation point. Ha ha. Balloon emoji. Balloon emoji. Balloon emoji.
You're good at voice to text.
Pizza emoji.
We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person. And stop knocking on wood.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
July 29th is National Chicken Wing Day. Get to Twin Peaks to indulge. They just introduced a brand new wing flavor, hot honey with crushed red pepper, jalapenos, and cayenne pepper. Sweet on the front end with a kick at the end. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey, fellas, a lot of people talking about testosterone. I've got the testosterone. There's no doubt about that. Maybe you do as well. Maybe you need it, whatever. But what I'm here to tell you, the Low T Center is different. They focus in certainly on your level of testosterone, and they can help, but they are also going to focus in on all of your numbers. Typically, their annual health assessment is completely covered by health insurance, too. Again, they're going to tell you absolutely everything. All of your levels checked. The Low T Center, affordable, convenient options of treatment, including, have you heard about this? Monitored self-inject treatment that ships directly to your door at home. So make your health a priority and schedule your annual health assessment at Low T Center. Do that today. It's covered by most health insurance, or it's less than $100 cash pay. LowTCenter.com to book your appointment online. Again, the LowTCenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
Mom, Dad, I humbly suggest you save some money and shop Amazon for back to school. It's for my growth, meaning my body's growing at an alarming rate. And clothes you buy me this year will be very small very soon. Plus, the clothes I love today will be out of style tomorrow. But at least your wallet doesn't have to be my fashion victim if you shop low prices for school at Amazon. Hopefully this is helpful. Amazon. Spend less, smile more.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis. The NTT IndyCar Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at the Brickyard. Coverage tomorrow at 11 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
There's a kid in my class that got a boner at PE in high school. He was wearing sweatpants. It was really embarrassing, so this song goes out to him.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Oh, that walk-up, talk-up right here from my good friend Mike Wells, everybody. Lean back and enjoy Mike Wells on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Mike? Yeah, just that up here as Kenny G plays the lead up. Mike, take it away right here.
Put on your red dress. Slip on those high heels. That sweet perfume smells so good on you. On the lipstick. And let all your head down. Baby, when we get through, I'm gonna show you that tonight will be a special night. No matter where we go, and I'll come around and meet with you. I just want you to know, you got to say, my. So look
there it is.
Tonight.
Friend of the show, Johnny Gill. Backup vocals from Still Have Yet to Be on the Show after 7. And Kenny G there, I believe, on the saxophone. That is My 1990 May release. It's Johnny Gill with Mike Wells on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. How many times do you think over the years that song has been utilized as a wedding dance song?
Oh, man. Whoo. Countless times. You know it's been countless times, my brother.
What's the number one all-time wedding song? Do we know what the number one all-time wedding song is?
Question. I don't know. That's a great question, man.
I'm assuming, like, every time when I DJ'd, I did weddings when I first got out of college back in the day. I did a duo of things. Very versatile. I worked at a tire shop and then did weddings occasionally and DJ'd stuff. But everybody would always select Eric Clapton, Wonderful Tonight. And either that or Van Morrison's It's a Marvelous Night for a Moon Dance. And I had to say, hey, can we do something different here? I'm going to jump in. I'm going to jump in here. Can we do a little something different here for once? Southern Indiana, please. No moon dance. Yeah, no Wonderful Tonight. This would have been, I think, a fantastic alternative, but I'm assuming it probably hit pretty big a number of times during weddings, too.
Yes, man. Where are you at? Are you,
I'm in studio.
Are you? Oh, you're not. Listen, I'm so checked out, man. I spent the first 3 hours from 12 to 3 giving some great sports knowledge out there on ESPN Radio.
Nicely done.
So I didn't pay attention to the Colts. Did they practice it or did they have the day off?
They have the day off today. They've got the old night practice tomorrow. Are you going to the night practice tomorrow night just as for old time's sake?
No, I gotta say, I am not. You know what? At some point, though, I probably will get up there and check things out. I will probably get up there at some point and see what's going on with the old Colts. See what's shaking. I'm hoping Matt Conkey and the folks will still let me up in there and everything. And see what they're rolling with, man.
They've had big numbers of fans so far. And I said this, I mean, it's to me more than just entertainment before kids go back to school. To me, this is a season that is absolutely loaded with expectations. And I think you can see that out there for, not just when they had to practice inside on that rain day in front of 750 that could have gone much, much more than that. That's all that the capacity up there would allow indoors. But, yesterday it was kind of standing room only. You already gave away all the tickets for the night practice tomorrow night. I think to me that shows more than anything else the level of expectations the fan base has on this team this year.
I like that. Hey, listen, and that's a great thing. There should be high expectations for this team. Because they got a quarterback based off everything I've been reading this week that he seems to be rolling and everything. Showing a leadership standpoint and everything. And based, things you're saying about his passing and stuff. So hopefully that is going to be the case for the Colts because as we have had talked about a number of times that they got to basically put up or shut up now with them.
So Mike Wells, he does ESPN Radio, was on a little bit earlier today. I bet you did you go 3 hours deep on Kyler Murray?
No, actually, you know what? It was Jason Fitz and I who did the show. We did Kyler Murray twice. We opened the show with him at 1:00. Then we did a noon. Then we did it at the top of the hour at 2:00. But he reminded me a lot of you. We talked a lot of music.
Yeah.
We talked a lot of food. I don't know about you, but I like to work with people who like to have a bunch of fun while also giving knowledge and don't take them serious. And want to spend time talking about other people the whole time. So those are my type of people that I enjoy doing radio.
Well, there's no doubt about that too. I think about this. Does Jason Fitz, does he approach me with music and other knowledge? Is he in my ballpark there with what he has?
Well, I would say he likes a little all genres. We had a Kid and Play re-entry, so we spent like 5 minutes of opening that segment talking about old school music, talking about house party and stuff. He's no JMV, but he definitely had fun with him.
Yeah. See, I could do that too. I'm thinking I've got some versatility. Like, to me, I think I could carry a national show. I would just lose the flavor of it local. I still, and I know a lot of people go, "Oh, yeah, you're just too big of a baby, or you suck, or whatever." But I think I could be a part of a national show pretty easy. I do.
Man, you know what? It's not too, because you're talking. We're not talking about Quentin Nelson and left guard on a national show.
Right.
He doesn't move the needle in that perspective. So it is all the top storylines. So it's not too hard, and I have a blast because the radius that it's getting to, and I'm sure people get tired of hearing talking about the freaking New York Yankees and stuff like that, but it's all big picture stuff.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's Mike Wells with us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I do want to talk about the Colts with you just for a minute, because you were certainly around when Chris Ballard selected Alec Pierce out of Cincinnati, the wide receiver, in round number 2, going back to the spring draft. Somebody had asked me about the expectations, and I set the bar for him this year production-wise at a similar level as what you got from their second leading receiver a year ago in Zach Pascal. That's in the neighborhood of 400-plus yards receiving and a couple of touchdowns. Is that too low? Is that too high? Or is that where you would be setting it for a rookie as well?
What were the numbers again? I'm sorry, Jay.
I think it was in the neighborhood of 400-plus yards. He finished second in receiving yards for the Colts a year ago. So, to me, Zach Pascal did. So, to me, I think I would expect Alec Pierce to get 400-plus receiving yards. Is that too low with a couple of touchdowns? Or what do you think that should be?
I'm going to say that's too low. I'm going to give him around the 500 mark range in the receiving. I think that's going to, part of it is, to be frank, is my inability to believe in Paris Campbell. I know he's looked solid so far, but I mean, it's training camp. We've only had a couple of days of training camp. So it's more that I believe he's going to have an opportunity to get snaps because of Paris not staying healthy.
You think that vision that Ballard has of this wide receiving core, and obviously he does not put the emphasis on that position like a lot of other teams, and especially successful teams have in the NFL to this point, and hopefully that will slowly kind of not change, but certainly evolve with his thinking in mind, because I think that's the type of team that you have to build, and you have to really focus in on that position. So let's say you look at this group as it is right now. How much better do you think as a group it will be production-wise for the pass catchers? That's including tight ends and wide receivers than what we saw a year ago. And maybe take Matt Ryan out of the equation. I think everybody expects him to be better, but how much better will that group of pass catchers be?
I think from a production standpoint, it's going to blow away what Carson Wentz did last season. I think there's going to be more consistency out of the passing game. I just think Matt Ryan's ability to throw a higher percentage than Carson is going to be evident, very early. And I don't mean in training camp, but once the regular season starts. So I think you're going to get way more production out of it. And I know some people like to kill Chris Ballard off of things and stuff and on other shows, but he made a great point about you look at the receivers who had down years last year.
Yep.
What they did prior to Carson Wentz's arrival in Indianapolis. They put up, productive numbers. So the chance will be there when you have a more accurate passer in Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I do think the jury is still out in large part for it too. And hopefully I am underselling Pierce a little bit. And what that would come down to, it's right. If the quarterback is that much better, then I guess you would expect the numbers for these guys to evolve in that direction as well. But it's tough to think about considering, the guys, the inexperience, and the lack of production with all but one as a pass catcher on this team, as we've seen in the past. So those, to me, are still relatively large question marks going in.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely plenty of question marks going into the thing and stuff. What's interesting? I will say something that caught my eyes. Those guys that were out at training camp this week is that they were talking about how practice ended early because Matt Ryan, was playing with a lot more energy and playing with a quicker tempo out there. So it's like he's trying to make his presence felt right away on how he wants things done, and it's not going to be this casual BS that maybe was happening in the past.
It seems like that they're doubling back to the year before last, and this offense is going to be more reminiscent with Phillip Rivers under center. You know what I mean? With the offense, they played with more rhythm and tempo, certainly than what we saw offensively a year ago. Even with the success of Jonathan Taylor running it, quarterback-wise, I think you're going to turn back the clock to Rivers, and everybody's going to expect Matt Ryan to be kind of like that, but with a better arm at this point.
Yeah, with 100%. Like Rivers with a better arm, and just a professional, man. Just simply a professional, a guy that cares about doing things the right way, and is not out there, being a phony, being a fraud. That's what the Colts want. They want a guy who legitimately cares and wants to do things for the betterment of the team, and not, send a message that you're somebody that you really aren't.
So Mike Wells joins us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Did ESPN Radio a little bit earlier today. Are you doing that this weekend too?
Nah, got a little taste at his last couple of AAU basketball games, so I am. I'm no radio this weekend, and then I'm heading off to Vegas, where it's going to be 5,000 degrees every day. Next week, man.
That's where he's playing basketball.
No. He's playing. We up at Finch Creek tomorrow on Sunday. I'm going to Vegas for a conference that IU's sending me to Tuesday to Sunday, and it's going to be 5,000 degrees. I just hope I come back with some money.
Man, so they're already sending you on their dime to Las Vegas, and you've only been employed there for a week or two now. That's impressive.
No. I'm not officially employed until Monday.
Oh, wow.
Monday morning employed. I'm out of town Tuesday, brother.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And next Friday is my official last day at ESPN. I'm on the payroll till next Friday.
Okay. You know what? Sooner rather than later, you're going to be right down there, sitting right next to Mike Woodson and his staff. You know what? You're going to be right there.
Man, I took Layla and Tay down when I went to go pick up my key to the office. I took them down to Bloomington 2 weeks ago. First time we've been back since we had that great Mother Bears pizzas with the hot shots, and we roamed the campus, went to Assembly Hall, checked out the football stadium. So, and I bought my first IU shirt, bro.
You did?
Man. Yes, bought my first IU shirt.
That's great. Now, do you have to dress up? Do you have to wear a suit and tie when you teach down there?
Nah, I'm not gonna go in looking sloppy like some of these media folks in town, but I'm
that's kind of like me. I don't. Yeah, that's how I dress. So.
No, yeah. Listen, you're in studio, man. You're not out there interviewing people. You're not at West 56th Street or anything. So yeah. Now I'll look professional. By the way, we missed you on Tuesday night, man. I have to give a shout out to Zach Kiefer from The Athletic for putting together a going away deal for me at the Rathskeller downtown. Yep. So we had a blast with that. My favorite 2'5" ginger showed up.
I saw that.
And bought me. He was trying to buy me as many beers as I can handle. So I give shout out to Chris Hagan for that, man. I appreciate him showing up, and actually all the media folks who want to come up and hear me talk trash to all of them in person one last time.
Yeah, that was a great event. Now, let the records reflect that I did call you and say, hey, man, I apologize. I can't make it. I would love to be a part of it. So I wanted to make sure that you understood that I wanted to be a part of the celebration, but I was going to be unable to be there. So,
hey, I know. I just hope I hope Blake had a good night at Roncalli. So listen, you always my guy. In fact, since I'm only teaching on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm gonna start coming down and sitting in studio every couple Fridays, or when you're on remote.
Oh yeah. Well, that'll be good. That's a good group that comes out on Friday, so I won't be drinking alone anymore. So that'll be good. Fridays are good. There's no doubt about that. It's Mike Wells. He is with us. So yeah, you're going to be a part of IU, and I'm glad you guys went down there and went to your office, because I say this all the time, and it's because I'm from there and around there. But Bloomington, even with the massive changes over the past 2 decades, whatever. It is still awesome, and it's still near and dear to me. It's not because of IU and any IU fandom. It's just where I grew up. I love it, and there's still bits and pieces that are absolutely the same as it was when I was growing up, and that is something that's always near and dear to me. Love it.
Yeah, no, it is. I had prior to when we were at Bloomington South High School for that tournament, I had never been anywhere in Bloomington away from the campus for the most part.
Yeah.
Prior to that weekend and stuff, I got to say this. I try to joke with my kids and say we were moving out of Bloomington, and I thought Layla, if she had a baseball bat, she'd have hit me in the top of my head for even thinking that.
She's absolutely ingrained right now in Brownsburg, isn't she?
She is all in Brownsburg. Center Grove had their things together basketball wise, man. I might have teased her and dangled that one over, but we see it hasn't been running too smoothly between the middle school and the high school connection down there.
Well, I will say this, Laney, like people have asked Laney, hey, you got to go to Roncalli, and you can do this at Roncalli, play basketball at Roncalli. She has yet to want to budge. Way too many friends at CG to want to bail out of there right now.
Oh, so Laney's gonna be hooping it up at CG.
Well, I mean, who knows what it's going to look like? But I brought up because Blake goes to Roncalli. I get asked often about is Laney going to go to Roncalli, and she's not really wanted to talk about that in the past.
Really?
Yeah. So she's not convinced. She's got a lot of friends. She's very friendly. A lot of friends there. So I don't. She hasn't considered that just yet. But no, we see, we do the basketball stuff and basketball workouts, and we see a lot of girls that are in the Roncalli chain there, either St. Jude or St. Barnabas or I think it's St. Rose or whatever it is down in Franklin. We see a lot of those girls when we go and work out and stuff. But she has yet to want to even talk about that. She's pretty dialed into CG, much like Layla is over at Brownsburg.
Yes, I mean, you know how those kids are, man. What you got going on this weekend?
I got to go to GC tonight, down to my mom's. I'm going to the Odin meat locker tomorrow morning and getting a crap load of meat, right? Ton of meat. Coming back up here. I'm going to go in tomorrow night and play all request music for the masses on B105.7 on the JMV Takeover from 6 until midnight. And then I think we got a little hoop coming up on Sunday, maybe Sunday morning, and then Laney and Sunday afternoon, and that's going to be about it. They start school on Wednesday, so.
Well, shoot, Brownsburg started yesterday, man. Yeah. I couldn't wait to kick those kids out the house.
I know it. I've been getting up all summer anyway because he runs at Roncalli at 8 a.m., so I get up about 6:30. But I'm going to be back up at 5:30 again.
Hey, Blake, he's running cross country at Roncalli?
Yep, he is. Yep, he's been doing it all summer.
Hey, how the hell is he related to you?
I have no idea.
And running cross country.
It looks weird. It's so, I viewed running as punishment. Like the amount that he runs, I go, man, you must have been in an ass load of trouble because that's all I ever viewed it. I never did cross country. I did this whole half-ass conditioning program at Eastern back in the day. Yeah, running, unless you're running on a basketball floor, not even end-to-end, but hash mark to hash mark, and kind of half-assing defense. The running aspect of it is lost on me, and then watching him run long distance like that without stopping or without, cutting someplace through the woods and coming out on the other side is absolutely foreign to me. I don't get it, but he does it.
Listen, I tell people I'm running three different ways I'm running. I'm running if there's a ball involved.
Yeah.
I'm running if a dog's chasing my ass, and I'm running my mouth. That's it. And I run my mouth better than I do the other two.
Yeah, it was weird. I watched him in track do distance in the spring, and I thought, whose kid is? I don't even get this. I mean, it's weird to watch, but he does it. He likes it. So.
Oh man, listen. Blake's a quiet one. He doesn't talk much.
He doesn't.
Laney does it for everybody in the family. But props for Blake for wanting to do that.
Yeah. She takes up all the air when it comes to yapping. No doubt about that. What you got going on this weekend other than your preparation for Las Vegas?
No, that is it, man. I should probably practice. on how to handle alcohol in my system.
You better.
That's probably what I should do. Is start the process on that. A little practice. I might slap some of my meat on the grill, man. That may be about it.
Yeah, that's where I'm going tomorrow. I'm on to Odin to the meat locker, and I'm gonna get some meat for this weekend, and then on Sunday too, and come back up. So always a good quick trip down there for real. But anyway, hey, tell the family I said hello. Shout out to Layla. So
all right, hey, listen, I might come on next Friday still. From if I got a break in the convention that I'm going to, and talk to you from the pool. Yes. And if I got free time, I may be the liquored up professor / radio guy if I come on with you next Friday.
Well, we'll have a little more to talk about as far as the Colts angle. I'm certain is concerned here too, but it's going to be interesting when you show back up there. So that's going to be really interesting. I can't wait for that. Maybe you can unload a secret like Ballard unloaded on you accidentally a couple of months ago. And you can do that to him.
Hey, that's what I should do, man. By the way, man, again, great 6 hours of radio today, man.
I appreciate that.
All right, brother. Hey, have a good weekend.
You got it, man. Thanks, Mike. Yeah. It's Mike Wells right there. ESPN Radio, Mike Wells. I was thinking it's tough not to say ESPN.com, but you can say ESPN Radio because he was on earlier today nationally. What's his name? Jason Fitzsimmons? Is that his name? Fitz? And he does it oftentimes as well. See, I love Vegas when it's 100 plus. I do. The only problem I ever had in Vegas when it's 100 plus is every time you touch a car door, it almost electrocutes you. I mean, you get that much of a shock. But I can deal with the heat. I don't want to deal with the heat like in here or inside. If I'm inside, I want to be cold. I want to be cool and comfortable. I can deal with the heat outside. Today's a wonderful day. But even when it was, floating with triple digits, mid to upper 90s, I can deal with that. I have zero problem with it. But Vegas is a good time. We'll be there coming up in November again with bullseyeeventgroup.com. You guys can probably find your way right now. Been thinking about it, especially when the football season starts. Do it. Going to be a blast. BullseyeEventGroup.com. You can find that info right there. Race Trash, anything goes. Top of the hour. We'll see if the track dude Michael Young becomes available out at IMS. Dale Jarrett of NBC a little bit earlier regarding racing this weekend. Again, this reminder is Lucas Oil Raceway tonight. You got the ARCA Series and you got the Truck Series that is back again there. That is going to be fun as hell. That's a great Friday night for you. That is going to be fantastic. How many years has the Truck Series not been there? Has it been 12? 12 years? That long? Or less? I can't remember. But it's been way too long, and those races will be incredibly entertaining tonight, I promise. So if you're going out there, have a blast. Quick break. We'll come back. If you guys want to dial us up, you can at 239-1070. The email address is jmv@1070thefan.com. For anything you would like to talk about, like Kirk Morrison will coming up on the other side. Got something regarding ARCA with Angie Elkins, too, to get to coming up, too. And again, no practice for the Colts today. They have a night get-together coming up tomorrow evening up at Grand Park in Westfield. This is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Dan Dockage lays some knowledge.
NCAA Division I committee is recommending the NCAA get rid of the transfer rule. Anybody would be able to transfer and have immediate eligibility. The entire deal is to acquiesce to kids. There's no other reason. This isn't an academic move. It's such a horrible idea, and the way that you know it's a horrible rule is it will be defended by every media twerp.
Dan Dockage, weekdays noon to 3 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, I mentioned I want to stay cool and comfortable. I do. It is a priority in my life. Cool and comfortable in my home. What do? I hook up with the best. That's John and Chris Love. I love hitting in there. 317-353-2141. I was mowing and doing some weed eating around my system, my outdoor unit a little bit earlier today. And I thought, you know what? I am so glad that I called them out to make sure right before it got triple-digit upper 90s temps consistently around here, to give my system the once-over, to make sure everything runs efficiently. Thus, I stay comfortable in my house, and it's not costing me extra money to be sweaty and chafed if it's not working right. Called Love Heating and Air. Everything is working fantastically. You should too. 317-353-2141. John and Chris Love online. That's love-hvac.com today.
O'Reilly. Improve your vehicle's gas mileage and power with Royal Purple Fuel Injector Cleaner at O'Reilly Auto Parts. And right now, buy 1 6-ounce bottle and get one free, plus earn double O Rewards points with your purchase. Save money on gas and boost performance with Royal Purple Fuel Injector Cleaner at O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Come celebrate 11 years of supporting Indy 11 with the Brickyard Battalion and all Indy 11 supporters this Saturday, July 30th versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Kickoff is 7 p.m. downtown at Carroll Stadium. Come early to tailgate and be part of the pregame festivities. Pick up your game day poster and ready yourself for 90 minutes of nonstop action. Download the Indy 11 app to manage your game day experience. Buy your tickets or purchase now online at Indy11.com.
Hey, everybody, we've all heard stories. Friends, family, something really bad happened, right? You're in an accident, painful, life-altering injury, huge medical bills, even wrongful death, all because of someone else's fault. Some of you are dealing with it right now. That's where the attorneys at Parr Ritchie Law Firm can help. Tony Patterson, Paul Cruz, and John McLaughlin lead a team with over 70 years of collective courtroom experience and millions of dollars in jury awards and settlements for their clients. None of us can change the past. Just know that Tony, Paul, and John are on your side to help you and your family going forward. They're recognized by super lawyers and U.S. News and World Report as being among the leading injury lawyers in Indiana. Even if you're unsure you have a case, give Parr Ritchie a call. They'll listen and give you their free experience legal opinion. Call 317-269-2509 or visit parrinjury.com. That's Parr injury.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The amount of money our clients receive with a simple cash-out refinance is life-changing. Imagine paying off all your credit cards, completing home improvement projects, and taking the family on a much-needed vacation while still having money in the bank. And with our 10-day closing guarantee, that could all be a reality quicker than you think. Your home is probably worth more than ever before. Learn more and get pre-approved at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
State leaders are calling for expansion of educational paths outside the traditional college model to help move Indiana forward. The Indiana union construction industry has been the leader in apprenticeship and vocational training for over 100 years. In partnership with contractors, our industry makes an investment of more than $52 million a year in training with no cost to taxpayers. Through on-the-job training and classroom instruction, our tradesmen and women learn skills and earn degrees, making them the skilled, drug-free workforce employers count on, and the best value for your next construction project. The Indiana union construction industry. Value on display every day.
I am Amber Agan, a union heavy equipment operator. I chose a career in construction because I am built to succeed. You can get an associate's degree without a student loan debt, doing something you like that has good earning potential. For more information about apprenticeships with Indiana Careers in Construction, visit builttosucceed.org. Skilled on principle, union by choice.
Hey, plumbing-wise, there's nobody better. What was that Bond song? Was it Carly Simon that did Nobody Does It Better, Makes Me Feel Bad for the Rest? That was The Spy Who Loved Me. Indeed. Here's the reason why. Because for all of your plumbing needs, especially that of emergency, there's nobody better, certainly locally, but anywhere, than Lance and his team at L.D. Smith Plumbing. 317-284-9526. Always keep that number around just in case. Now, if you have anything plumbing-wise you want to upgrade, you want to fix, or maybe you want to change up a little bit, no doubt. But plumbing emergencies, they have you covered always. 317-284-9526. That's LD Smith Plumbing. Again, 317-284-9526. Online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
Big Red Liquors. Big Gas Giveaway. This month, Big Red Liquors is giving away 4 $500 gas cards. Yes, you could win a $500 gas card. Stop in at any Big Red Liquors to enter. It's free. Must be 21 to enter. No purchase necessary.
The Mower Shop in Fishers, featuring Spartan mowers. They have the perfect mower to fit any yard, any size, anytime. TheMowerShop.com and 317-849-9500.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big question.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded.
The NFL season countdown is underway. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
You take drugs, Danny? Every day. Good. So what's the problem? I don't know.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Yeah, John, we would like to have our first dance with this tune.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars.
Well, get in line because like 9,000 other people getting married want to hear the same thing. Can we do anything different? Nothing against Van Morrison, but if I have to hear this song again, Paul Rudd, everybody, I don't know if it was a Bloomington thing back in the day, a Monroe County thing or what, but everybody wanted their first dance wedding song to be Moon Dance. It was the weirdest thing ever. And there was a difference, too. It was almost like that back in the day when I did that, back in the 90s, you would either get those that are getting married, graduating, or just have recently graduated from IU, you would get Van Morrison and Moondance. Now, if it were folks in and around Monroe County that maybe didn't go to IU, it was Wonderful Tonight. It was the weirdest thing ever. What was the most popular wedding songs of all time? We never answered that question with Mike Wells. What were they?
From my quick Googling, it is 500 Miles by Sleeping at Last and Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I just went to Vegas. We got hammered and married. I don't know. It may be in a different order. No, I think we did hammered and then married. There's actually video of me. I was taking shots like right before. Hammered and married. Married and hammered. It was an enjoyment for about 50 plus of us out there. Swimming around in Lake Mead. I kind of feel bad about that with all the bodies. Now that lake, that reservoir is receding. Have you heard the stories in Las Vegas? So it's receding and they're finding all these bodies in there that have been disposed of. I'm assuming mob-wise with a large number of them out there. And swimming around. John Easter says, now I have Carly Simon stuck in my head. That's Nobody Does It Better. Makes me feel bad for the rest. My favorite Bond movie of all time is A Spy Who Loved Me. Because my favorite Bond lady of all time is Barbara Bach. Catherine Bach is my favorite Daisy from Dukes of Hazzard. Barbara, favorite Bond lady of all time. Thank you, John, for checking in. Appreciate that. JMV at 1070, thefan.com is the email address. JMV, with all the racing going on this weekend, I don't know if you've heard anyone mention the ARCA Menard Series. Yeah, we did actually talk about that with Dale Jarrett a little bit earlier. They're racing tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. My cousin Greg Van Alst from Daleville, Anderson, that area is racing in the series. He drives the number 35 CB fabricating car and is currently number 5 in the ARCA Menards point standings. Everyone should come out, support these guys because a lot of them are guys that have a regular day job and work to support their racing passion. Angie and Fishers. Angie, thank you very much, and you're absolutely right. We should recognize that. These aren't situations where these guys are, born with the financial resources to go out and do it. You got to work for it. I don't know if I have more. I guess maybe sometimes it doesn't matter, but maybe it does. The guys that really do have to work, that aren't born into a family, that aren't born with the financial resources to do it, there's a lot to be said about that. At least I think. A lot to be said by that. So, Angie, thank you very much. That's what you can see coming up later on tonight in the ARCA series. Not only the ARCA series this evening, but the truck series also is returning. Paul Cox writes this, a serious question for you. On an average, how many gallons of CBD oil do you drink a week? What's funny about that is I don't. People are telling me I need to go after, what is it? It's not Delta 88. That's an old Oldsmobile. Delta 99, is that what it is? Delta 9? Delta Force? What Delta is it? People have been talking to me about it, but I've not done it. I did CBD for a while, and it didn't do a great deal for me. Maybe I wasn't doing it right. But no, I don't. Not by the gallon. I would do anything. I played hoop until about 11 o'clock last night. It was terrible, too. I sucked. I played till about, Delta 8. Thank you, Griff. Delta 8. How did I get that so wrong? Delta 88. It's an Oldsmobile. Delta 10 green crack is disappointing. I took a Delta 8 gummy last week. Does this stuff work? It's legal and it works? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. But no, seriously, I have before. I just haven't in a long time. I actually have been feeling better. But people have been trying to get me to go after that Delta 8 for a bit, and I haven't done it. Thank you, Paul, for that. JMV, compare Alec Pierce to Anthony Gonzalez. Both have a proven quarterback. That's from David. People are telling me inside the lounge maybe I'm underselling the overall rookie season production of Alec Pierce. Maybe I am. I might be underselling it. I think that being skeptical about having to me, much more than that is incredible breakthrough. I guess the question I would have to ask, are you sitting around and thinking that Alec Pierce is going to give this team 600-700 yards, 5 touchdowns this year? Because it seems like a lot of you are placing that bar there. I hope that you're right. But I can't tell you I'm going to sit here and expect it. That makes sense. But more than a couple of you are expecting much larger numbers, certainly than where I would set the bar for the rookie from Cincinnati at receiver. Oh, it'd be helpful. Don't get me wrong. And maybe it is. Maybe it does come down to a different quarterback with this system. Maybe it does. Maybe all that helps. I just don't know that historically you expect numbers like that from a rookie. Good call, though. Dennis, before the break, is in at 239-1070. Dennis, hello.
Hey, John, got a story about follow-up to the Quincy's Charlie Sheen 8-men out here.
Please, tell me all about it. I'm in for it.
Well, my girlfriend worked there years ago when that was open.
Yes.
And he came down one night, and he was in a pair of jeans and a T-shirt trying to get in. And she said, "Sorry, sir, we have a dress code. You have to have a jacket and tie on." And he threw out "Well, don't you know who I am?" And she goes, "No, it doesn't matter who you are. The requirements are that you have to have a coat and jacket on." He was getting belligerent and everything. Well, Martin comes up behind him and says, "What's going on here?" She said, "Sir, he's trying to get in without a coat and tie on, and we're not allowing him to do that." And he goes, "Okay, hang on a second." He put his arm around him, like the boss does, and says, "You'll go upstairs, you'll get a jacket and a tie on, and you'll come back down, and you'll show this lady some respect." and he marched his little butt over to the elevator, went back up his room, and came back down with a shirt and tie and a coat on.
So they were staying at the Adams Mark, where Quincy's, the bar, was in the bottom. This was back when 8 Men Out was being filmed in 1988, I believe, 87 or 88. So Martin Sheen was with him when he was here filming that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep,
that's a hell of a story right there. Shout out to Martin Sheen. He's always seemed cool. I'm down with that.
Yeah, so she was the one that right at the door and made sure that you had the proper wear on to get into Quincy's to go in and have a little cocktail after whatever you're doing.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I didn't know that was the actors where they were hanging out back then during that filming until I had John Cusack on the show a couple of years ago, and he had mentioned that. He had mentioned that they all would go. He said, yeah, we went to this bar. It was in the Adams Mark something hotel, and then we realized that it was Quincy's where all those guys were hanging out.
Yep.
That's awesome. Dennis, that's a great story right there. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. Have a great night.
You too. Great weekend for Dennis right there. Martin Sheen. But no, that's what Cusack said, that when they were filming 8 Men Out here, that those guys, I think he mentioned Charlie Sheen, D.B. Sweeney. And honestly, I was thinking about it last night when somebody else had brought it up on Twitter to me, and the actor Michael Rooker, who was in Walking Dead. Well, he's been in a variety of films. He was on this show. I think he was in town for one of those. What are those things called? Where the horror, they celebrate horror movies, and they have a lot of actresses in for that. Days of the Dead, I think is what it's called. So he was coming here as a part of Days of the Dead. And on that particular afternoon, he was walking with his family. He mentioned this. He was sitting on a bench at Disneyland in Southern California, and he just kind of started talking. He was a great interview, but he also mentioned that when he was here as a part of that filming, that they all ended up at Quincy's at Adams Mark. And if you remember back in the day, there were far from as many opportunities to go someplace around here. And I guess, if you stayed certainly at the Adams Mark, you just went downstairs and went to Quincy's. So he backed up the Cusack story that I told him regarding the filming of 8 Men Out, which still, obviously, Bull Durham and Major League are always going to be at the top of my list. I know a lot of you love Field of Dreams as far as baseball movies. The Natural and Redford will be right there. But I love 8 Men Out. And not just because it was filmed here and you got the background where, a lot of you actually went out there and you were a part of the filming. You were in the crowd. I know it was cold and you were in the crowd, but there's just something about that. It is a fantastic film. And a lot of dudes that went on to do some really big things, no question about that. A quick break, we'll come back. Race Trash Anything Goes coming up at the top of the hour. I shall explain coming up before we get that started. This is Friday number 1 of Colts Happy Hour. That starts coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. After that, 7 o'clock Trackside Beyond the Bricks at 8. Indiana Sports Talk at 9:30. Dale Jarrett, Mike Wells, podcast with each, 1075thefan.com. Back with you next.
Put on your helmet. It's about to get real.
Paul Kuharski. What are your expectations for a guy like Matt Ryan?
The thing that Matt Ryan's got to give them that the last couple guys haven't is a week-to-week stability. If Matt Ryan has a dud every 6 weeks, that's fine. So if he doesn't hit that wall where he falls off the edge of the table, which could come at any time for a guy that age, I think they'd get more steadiness out of him for sure.
Dan Dockage, weekdays noon to 3 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Got to maintain that summer road readiness. Shout out to Joe Childers, who was out with us on our tavern tour stop yesterday, hanging out over at Manley's. But I'm going to tell you this. There's a reason why my vehicles maintain, any season we're talking about, especially summer. It's because my friends at CarX take care of them. They will you too. AC inspection right now, just $19.99. Lifetime brake pads, $109.99 per axle. You can save $200 off a set of 4 Continental tires right now as well. Maintaining summer road readiness with the 14 Central Indiana CarX locations. I promise there's one near you. To find it online, that's CarX.com today.
Listen to Kevin and Query this week on 93.5 or 107.5 The Fan for a chance to win tickets to see Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening on November 29th at Old National Center.
Dan Dockich here. I'm here to tell you about Moondrops Distillery, classic spirits from the heart of Fortville, Indiana. Let's talk about their vodka, a premium, crisp, and clean spirit with exceptional taste that passes through a custom-built charcoal filtration process. Recently won the gold medal in the Micro Liquor Spirits Award competition also. Pick up a bottle of their new Bonfire blends, lemon shake-up, and peppermint, plus other classic bourbon and rum. MoondropsDistillery.com to find a retailer. Moondrops Distillery. Experience something special.
State leaders are calling for expansion of educational paths outside the traditional college model to help move Indiana forward. The Indiana union construction industry has been the leader in apprenticeship and vocational training for over 100 years. In partnership with contractors, our industry makes an investment of more than $52 million a year in training with no cost to taxpayers. Through on-the-job training and classroom instruction, our tradesmen and women learn skills and earn degrees, making them the skilled, drug-free workforce employers count on, and the best value for your next construction project. The Indiana union construction industry. Value on display every day.
This is Bob Steinecker, business representative for plumbers, steam fitters, and HVACR service technicians, Local 440. Are you looking for companies who have shown exceptional commitment to sustainable mechanical service in the HVACR industry, as well as the residential and light commercial industry? Log on to mcai.org for more info. Skilled on principle, union by choice.
2022 Colts season tickets are now on sale. Don't miss your chance to join our season ticket member family and take advantage of exclusive benefits, including our extended payment plans and VIP game day access. Plus, you'll enjoy year-round offers, events, and more. To learn about joining our season ticket member family and reserve your seats, visit Colts.com/tickets or call 317-297-7000. That's Colts.com/tickets or 317-297-7000.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Oh, yesterday was fantastic, too. Manly's Irish Mutt. Our Tavern Tour stop for July. That's number 7 of the year. Number 8, we announced this yesterday. Brent Holverson and I were going to Friendly's in Zionsville coming up in the month of August. And that was thanks to Tucker Barnhart, who said, hey, listen, if you're going to do this Tavern Tour stop, he said this way back in January, the first time we actually did it at Workingman's Friend. He said, hey, you guys got to hit the Friendly up in Zionsville. So that's exactly what we're doing. The Friendly in Zionsville. That is our Tavern Tour stop number 8 for the month of August. So we got one. Well, I should say we have one coming up in August for that. You know that we have one remaining Backyard Bourbon broadcast in which you can sign up for right now. 1075thefan.com. One final Backyard Bourbon broadcast for the summer of 2022. And they have been awesome so far. So if you want us in your backyard, have a good time, sign up today, 1075thefan.com. Hey, JMV, I heard Brent Holverson yesterday talking about going to see the Zach Brown Band last night at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Did you hear anything about it? No, I didn't hear anything about it, but the place looked packed. It looked packed, and it looked like, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but that place looked absolutely stocked full of hotness, and not just like sweaty hotness, if you know what I mean. It looked like Smoke Show Central there last night. I'm just guessing. And the smoke showage showed up, from what I gather on Facebook and pictures and such last night. I know, man. J-Law wants it. J-Law wants that Backyard Bourbon broadcast, and he has got a spread up in Noblesville. J-Law, by the way, would be the Foo Bar Lounge. If you guys listen to me on Saturday nights, you know that I get calls consistently, and they're great requests from the Foo Bar Lounge. So that is going on, and we'll see. We'll see. Here's part of the thing. I don't actually select them myself. It's the folks down the hall. But I know that they're staring at the Foo Bar Lounge as a possibility right there, and I don't blame them. That is an incredibly nice spread. Josh Cunningham checks in at JMV 1070. JMV, I've had good luck with Delta 8 so far. Honestly, I feel a lot better, though. It's weird. I haven't taken anything or my knee is feeling a lot better right now. I don't know if that means maybe I'm just not as fat as I was like a year ago. I don't know. I haven't done anything. Yeah, I worried about all that stuff in my 20s. You got to worry about teens and 20s and staying in shape and eating it right. I'm eating salads everywhere. Yeah, anymore, I just kind of want to live it. Livin. Yeah, I know Litz. Litz will be a part of that if that ends up at the Foo Bar. Shout out to Larry. Larry picked up his Yeti prize package last week from #AskPat. If you guys are curious why no Pat Sullivan this week, he had to bail, I think, a day earlier than what he expected.
He's gone for something, and initially he was going to leave on Saturday, but he had to leave today.
Yeah, so Pat Sullivan, there is no #AskPat today. Because he had to bail early. But I will join their show. I don't know if he's going to be a part of it. But as I usually do, and I don't know how I'm going to do it tomorrow because I'm going to be down in GC, but I will join that tomorrow. The Home and Garden Show on WIBC. I don't know what they would be between 9 and 1, morning through midday, without me calling in and completely disrupting what they're doing is always pretty awesome. Larry says, I've already read the first page of this brisket book, front and back. You are at least a lap down from book reading. I'm more than a lap down, man. Let me tell you. I said when I finished my last book, when it was like an SE hint, and I think that was then, this is now, I said, you know what? Book reading I'm sure it's fun for a lot of you, but I think I'm done. I had to do a report on it. I didn't just watch the movie, although I did watch the movie. Then I just kind of said I was done. Joe to the Sea says, #AskPat. Why is there no #AskPat? He is on the road. Cole says this, how am I supposed to know how to address the Caddyshack gophers in my yard? I know. We're going to miss that. And you know what? What's bad about it is when he misses during the Wheelhouse summertime, we're getting closer and closer to the end of #AskPat, because once football season starts out, then, ultimately it's over. But yeah, this is a great time of year always for him. And I mean always. But he is on the road today, thus not here. All right, quick break and we'll come back. You guys want to do it? Little race trash, anything goes. We have not done it this week. In fact, I was out 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. So first time for race trash, anything goes. 239-1070. You guys call up. You don't get checked in. You immediately go on the hold list, and I will get to you, and we shall talk about whatever you want to talk about. We call it race trash, anything goes. Racetrash.com, the best in waste disposal and recycling, and no doubt great job opportunities if you have a commercial driver's license or if you're a non-driver. We're talking about a place that has been family operated since the 1960s. Racetrash.com for the best in a new career and waste disposal and recycling needs as well right now. Mark has an interesting tweet regarding wide receiving rookies in the NFL. We'll dial that in, and Race Trash Anything Goes at 239-1070 with you next.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big question.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded.
The NFL season countdown is underway. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Got to have that best water in your house. You just have to have it. And unfortunately, if you don't have Connecticut right now, simply put, you don't have the best. So let's all get on the same page and make sure, like me, you have the best water to drink, to bathe in, to wash your clothes, everything that Connecticut brings that others simply don't. So here's what I want you to do. Check it out today, my friends Joe and John with the Premier Series Water Softener, the K5 in-home drinking water station, all game changers when it comes to having the best water in your house. Believe me, people used to talk with me all the time. You got to hydrate better. You got to drink more water. And I said, yeah, getting this water out of the tap is really not in my bag. No, wait a minute. What about the K5? The K5 has been a game changer for me, and it will for you as well. So check it out today. The two locations of Connecticut, Northeast Side, Castleton, South Side, US 31 and Southport Road, the Connecticut Water app. Download that to your smartphone or device today or online, ConnecticutIndy.com.
Radiant raspberry, golden orange, ice blue. You'll find all the colors of summer in our selection of beautiful, natural sapphires. Every color imaginable. At Shane Company, we're gemstone experts and our passion shows. Tom Shane selects our sapphires and rubies individually, by hand, in Bangkok, the gemstone capital of the world. He brings back the most spectacular sapphires, bold and vibrant colors, as well as soft pastels like peach and lavender. We also have yellow citrine, green quartz, London blue topaz, a rainbow of colors, and one-of-a-kind stones sourced by Tom. At Shane Company, we're known for our beautiful gemstones. Come into the store and try on our jewelry, or use our fun virtual try-on tool on your phone. Whether it's sparkling earrings for the poolside, a gemstone pendant for a concert in the park, or a vibrant center stone for your engagement ring, our colorful gemstones will brighten your day.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
Hey, John from PAI, WeGrowHairAndy.com. Real growing hair. Again, it's just a phone call away. If you want to do something about it, know this. You have options for real hair growth. If you're cool with being bald, be bald. But if you want options of real hair growth, let Darren Andrews tell you all about it. 888-724-5129. WeGrowHairAndy.com today.
This is Ryan Newman for Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I love my family, and I appreciate every moment we spend together. We've talked about some pretty tough stuff over the years, and one thing they know for sure is that I've signed up to be an organ donor. So the next time you're with your family, take a moment and let them know you love them, and be sure they know your decision to be an organ donor. You can learn more at donatelifeindiana.org.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
July 29th is National Chicken Wing Day. Get to Twin Peaks to indulge. They just introduced a brand new wing flavor, hot honey with crushed red pepper, jalapenos, and cayenne pepper. Sweet on the front end with a kick at the end. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Owner Danny Reinhardt's son Kevin says one simple saying from his dad affects him every day at work.
Especially when you go out and do sales and service calls and collect money and do all this stuff that's important to a lot of people. He always said the number one thing I remember from him is just fair and honest wins every time.
You can trust Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, 317-745-4526. Reinhardt Heating and Cooling is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
If you know a volunteer who impacts your community, nominate them today to receive a year's worth of free vehicle maintenance. Just click the Do More tab at JiffyLubeIndiana.com.
93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Hey, join me on Monday. We're going to be talking Colts weekend and get you set for another big week as the season is closing in on us. Colts season, noon to 3 today.
The Ride with JMV.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
All right, I want to do some calls here. Let's do it race, trash, anything goes style. You guys up for it? Florida-Georgia line means anything goes on a Friday night. And in this case, a Friday afternoon. You don't get checked in per usual. You just dial up 239-1070. Kyle will put you in the hold rotation, and then you come on and you bring up and talk about whatever you want to bring up and talk about. You can get a lot moving out there right now, too. So how about it? Race trash, anything goes. 239-1070, the best in recycling, the best in waste disposal, and new career opportunities for drivers and non-drivers right now with a great company, racetrash.com. You can sign up today, but call in right now at 239-1070. It is Race Trash, anything goes. Now, before I get started with the calls here, I did want to get to, I think it was Mark that had this, and I teased it before the break. He writes, in the NFL, in its history, in fact, 7 rookie wide receivers have finished with at least 1,000 yards receiving. If our 1 or 2 is injured early, then yes, 600 yards is reachable for Pierce, especially with Matt Ryan. I am careful to set the bar past Zach Pascal's production of a year ago, and I do understand that everybody is viewing it completely differently as far as the quarterback. But I am still going to set it where I said it, but it may end up being too low. And you guys may be able to tell me I told you so, and we shall welcome that. Hey, by the way, Inside the Lounge via YouTube Live, we got to hit that like button a little bit. I mean, you already got me with Fat Dracula. You got me to change my hair because of that. I'm just way, way, way too sensitive. Just oversensitive. At least I tell you, right? I don't tell you that I'm not sensitive and then become sensitive for 3 hours. I'm just going to tell you, hey, I changed my hair for you. Changed my hair. Actually, I guess kind of, not all the way. Thank you for pounding that like button for me. It makes a guy feel really good. Hey, tomorrow night, by the way, if you're asking, JMV Takeover is going to be like a normal night, but here's what I've decided to do. See if you guys are on board with me. 2 weeks ago, you guys absolutely overwhelmed me with 90s requests. So we've been doing New Wave in the 9 from the 80s. I think tomorrow night we're going to do, as the power hour and the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to do all 90s songs. You guys want to do that? 90s in the 9 coming up tomorrow night. Just let me know if you're down with that program. And that is going to be me. Skivvy says, happy birthday to Leslie Easterbrook. I think she's like in her 70s, right? She was in the 1980s. Let me think here. She was in Police Academy, and she wore a lot of tight shirts. And before that, I believe she was on Laverne and Shirley after they jumped the shark and moved to California. She was a neighbor, Leslie Easterbrook. True story right there. All right, Race Trash, anything goes. 239-1070 is the number. Let's go. Line 1, you're on the air. Who's this?
JC.
JC, go ahead.
What's up, buddy? So I was talking to one of the current Colts wide receivers, who I won't name.
Okay.
And he told me he worked out with Odell Beckham in the offseason. He told me Odell does not care about winning. He cares about his stats and his money. So I wonder if he shared that with the front office, and that's the reason why we haven't heard a sniff.
I think it's probably more wanting to know what he looks like when he's completely healthy. You know what I mean? Because he was injured. I thought it more. I'm not dismissing what you're telling me or telling us right here, but I thought it was probably more because his injury. And let's face it, Ballard has a completely different belief and vision in this group than what a lot of us that are skeptical about it right now has. So I think that he's going to want to see what it looks like before he goes out and does something. I still say that they're going to add a veteran wide receiver at some point, but it may take somebody getting dinged up, and you hope that doesn't happen, but it may take that in training camp. I mean, it may take that to see T.Y. again, which I highly doubt, but it may take that to get a veteran wide receiver in here before the end of camp. But I think it has more to anything else, his injury situation. But I'm not dismissing what you're saying at all.
It may be a combination of both.
JC, anything else?
That's it, man. Thanks for taking my call.
That's a blazing start right there on Race Trash. Anything goes. Don't you think it's more what he's going to be like coming back from that injury than anything else? That's been my thought all along. Yeah, Leslie Easterbrook. I'm going to retweet that. This is the Fubar Lounge right there with our guy J-Law. Michael writes this: I'm about 35 books into the greatest 50 American novels of all time. I want to break some William Faulkner during Race Trash. Please do. I can respond with S.E. Hinton. I can give you The Outsiders. I can give you That Was Then, This Is Now. I can give you Tex, and I can give you Rumblefish. I did like the S.E. Hinton novels, and probably it was because I also liked the films that were made after that. I bet. Race Trash, anything goes. Line 2, you're on the air. Who's this? Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, JMV. It's Macho Mike.
Macho Mike. I saw you on Monday. It was great to see you,
being
buddy.
with you on Monday. You had a wonderful young son. I got to meet Blake, and bless you and your wife, and bless Kyle, bless you and the baby, and Morgan, and little baby Luca. Keep well. I got one more love song. I was played at Memory Teresa and my wedding. We've Only Just Begun by the Carpenters.
That's a good one right there, buddy. I know that song well. I don't think I ever played that as a wedding DJ, but I know that very well.
Well, Angel sends you a hug, too, and God bless you guys, and take care.
Mike, thank you very much. We saw Mike on Monday. Luca, I still haven't played Luca, the song Luca, Suzanne Vega. Have you heard that song before? Yeah, it's about child abuse, and I didn't think it was probably, I mean, it's all about the name and the connection or relation with you, but still, it is a song.
It's a song that probably doesn't get made 2022.
I don't know about that. It may. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Sounds pretty sad.
Yeah, it was popular, though, man. I think 89, 90, somewhere in that neighborhood. Luca, Suzanne Vega. Line 3's Race Trash. Anything goes at 239-1070. You're on the air. Who's this?
What up, Jay?
What's happening?
Hey, man, if I hear Always by Atlantic Star one more time, I'm going to go crazy.
It was weird, too, right? So Atlantic Star went kind of opposite direction with you. They'd give you Always, which would be a fantastic wedding song, but they'd also give you Secret Lovers, where you'd be cheating on the one that you married. So they kind of came at you with different directions.
Sound like somebody went to the club the night after the wedding.
Secret Lovers. That's what we are.
Hey, you know what? Other people been calling in, always being general manager on the radio, talking about who should make what, trying to put their hands in somebody else's pocket that they were probably never living their world anyway. So I want to change it up for your own mind today, Jay.
Okay.
Start sounding like the joke of the day. All right, it's a safe joke, all right?
Okay.
There was this here man sitting in a bar on the 30th floor of a bar and grill at this office building, having a drink. This other guy comes in and says, "Give me my usual." He takes a shot, goes over to this here big old window and jumps out. And the other guy said, "What, WTF?" And the bartender said, "Don't pay attention to him." So he comes back up on the elevator and takes another drink and does the same thing again. And he said that's the way he gets his fix. So the other guy said, "Well, give me what he was having." He jumps out the window, splatter all over the sidewalk. The other guy comes back up. He said, "Give me one for the road." He said, "This is your last drink, Superman."
Well done. Aaron, you're bringing it.
I'm going to leave you with a riddle, John.
All right.
What has 2 ears, 4 legs, and a tail?
What?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. What?
4 legs, a tail, and 2 ears, and a bark.
The dog.
Oh, I guess you already heard this before.
My man, Aaron, thank you. See, I had to participate with the tail end of that for you to get it. That's Aaron, everybody. It's Race Trash. Anything goes. That was an incredibly different take than what Aaron normally has here. All right, race trash, anything goes. Line 4, talk to us on this Friday. Who's this?
Hey, it's Buckeye Brent.
Hello, Brent.
Hey, first off, love the show, man. Listen every day on my way home from work, and appreciate all you do.
Thank you, man.
Hey, just wanted to get your take on Deshaun Watson's pending suspension, if there is going to be one. And part 2 of that is, if it ends up being heavier than what the average person thinks it's going to be, what do you think the likelihood is that the Players Union sues the NFL, given that Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones got no suspension whatsoever for, quote, tarnishing the shield?
Yeah, I get, and thank you for the call. Have a great weekend, too. I get where you're coming from here. Action from the Players Union regarding a lengthy suspension, I would think it's probably coming, some sort. That's my expectation. And I'm assuming it's going to be lengthy, but and that's just me throwing a dart at a dartboard right here. But I would think that the Players Union, if they feel that it's too long, will respond in some fashion. So we shall see. I mean, you kind of guess that Cleveland, Andrew Berry, ownership had in mind what may end up being that length of time. But I would expect that. What was I watching the other day, too? These old 30 for 30s have been on. What was on the other day that I watched? The old 30 for 30. Why did I bring that up? I know I brought up the Big East Conference, the old school Big East Conference the other day. But it's been since that. I often forget how good these 30 for 30s are. I mean, incredibly good. I mean, even the old school ones. The old school ones arguably are better than the ones that are taking place today. All right. Hey, shout out to Griff, by the way. Dinner tonight is about to hit the spot. This is a Long John Silver's location where they are serving strawberry lemonade. The LJS, I believe, because I'm going to have Blake with me going to GC tonight, that I probably will be stopping in the Jackson Creek, right in front of that Kroger there off of College Mall Road. I will probably have to go to that Five Guys on my way down there tonight. It just seems like that we're always there. You would think. Hey, by the way, the Colts back at it coming up tomorrow night. Their night practice, which all the tickets have been given out. Their night practice up at Grand Park in Westfield is coming up tomorrow night. So I'm doing the JMV takeover. You guys will be coming back from that practice. You can tell me how it goes. Race trash, anything goes. Line 3, you're on the air. Who's this? Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Candace.
Hi, Candace. I thought we were kind of doing our Lionel Richie impressions right there with all these hellos.
No, we're not.
Is it me you're looking for, Candace?
I was calling because I just wanted to make a comment on the Deshaun Watson and then ask a question, and mainly because I work for attorneys.
Okay, go ahead.
But first, I guess my comment is I'm baffled at the fact that, okay, all these women came forward and said he did all of this. Some of them were from the same spa or whatever. And I'm thinking, if he did it once or twice, did they not complain to the owner? And if they didn't complain to the owner, I guess I'm sitting here thinking, why do you keep letting him come back if this is truly what he's doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think part of it is they're getting out of court settlements. That's, I mean, most people would tend to agree with you. Listen, I'm no lawyer here, and what was asked of me regarding that was regarding how much time that he's going to end up with a suspension or a punishment out of this, because something is definitely going to happen, would the players union respond? And I'm assuming that they would. I don't know what the length might be as to what the response might be, but that was just my assumption to what he asked.
Right, and the fact that would they give him any type of, so to speak, credit for last, not that he sat out, but because Houston chose to hold him out and not play him, does he get any type of, like in prisoners, credit for good behavior?
Man, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. I'm assuming they probably know what type of punishment they're going to give. I know people have tried to guess the timetable too. I think some that cover the NFL had guessed at the end of this month. So obviously, that's coming up as well. But no, I don't think he's probably going to get. I don't know, for the good behavior, I guess, type of softening the blow. So, for example, I don't know what to say. It doesn't make me sound stupid here, but yes, I get where you're coming from. I don't think he's going to get anything like what you're describing. No.
Well, that was just a question. It was just a wondering, because another whole year if it comes down to that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no doubt about that. You did get my Lionel Richie reference at the beginning of this conversation, though, right? Thank you.
And especially since I like the oldies anyway.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Oh, yeah. It was the most awkward, maybe one of the most awkward videos of all time. Remember, he was kind of stalking a young lady that was blind. You remember in that video? Hello.
And see, the thing that I remember most about Lionel, obviously that sticks out and kids wouldn't remember, was the fact that his wife caught him in the action. And, of course, took matters into her own hands.
You got it. Hey, Candace, have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm glad that at least she got that at the beginning. Yeah, time served is probably not going to be in the cards here. Race Trash, anything goes. Line 4, you're on the air. How are you?
Hey, great. What's up, JMV? It's Jonathan.
How you doing, Jonathan?
Good. I'm looking forward to being there with the kids tomorrow night and having fun at the practice. When I heard about the news about the Bucks losing their center, I started thinking, and Ballard probably would never do something like that, but trading Ryan Kelly or Penner for one of their receivers, and I don't mean Julio Jones, would that be at all possible?
No, not only would the Colts not do it, but the Buccaneers wouldn't do it either. I think it would start with the Buccaneers. Like, the Colts wouldn't do that, but the Buccaneers would not do that. I think that this is just me. I don't cover that market at all, but I'm assuming they think that they can, because honestly, it happened at a point where you can get somebody acclimated. You can get a backup lineman acclimated. You can get somebody. It gives them some flexibility as far as time is concerned. So I think that if you did something like that, that'd be viewed as overreacting at this point, and they wouldn't do that. The Colts certainly wouldn't do that, but the Buccaneers wouldn't either.
Yeah, our depth on offensive line is kind of like their depth. They've got some good guys who don't see any action, like Rashad Perriman. So I was just curious. It might have benefited us, but it's kind of an awkward transaction.
Well, when you're thinking about it, what guys they have on the roster right now besides Julio Jones they just added? The two main guys, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, there's no way in the world that would happen. So, no.
Yeah, Godwin's still hurt, too.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. When's Godwin? I didn't see. Where does Godwin come back, Kyle? That's a good point. Thank you. Have a great weekend. When's Godwin come back?
I think he's obviously on the PUP list. I don't know if they've given a timetable for his return.
A couple of
no, he's not on the PUP list.
I thought he was active right now.
Yeah, he's active.
Yeah. But nah, that will not happen. Yeah, that's both. That just is one. Race Trash, anything goes. Line 5, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, JMV, this is Jeff.
Hello, Jeff. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, man? I heard you talking earlier about the Delta 8 and all that mess and having troubles with your knees. Years ago, I had problems with my knees, and I started looking into this thing called osteobiflex. I didn't know if you ever heard of it or not.
I
Maybe I'll
haven't.
look into it.
I haven't.
It's lubricate your joints if you have like knee pains, elbow pains, shoulders, arthritis type stuff. And after you get about 30 days into it, it starts working real well. So I just wanted to let you know about that.
So I have arthritis that is in my left knee. That's kind of the issue that I deal with. Does that help that? Because I've been told that, you can do what you want, but as I get older, I'm 52 right now, and in basketball is just tough the older that you get. I mean, no matter what shape you're talking about, it's just tough because of, the movement and the joints and the cutting and all that, even for somebody that doesn't move around a great deal. But it is the left knee that has some arthritis in it that's an issue. Would it be good for that?
I've heard that it's good for arthritis. I had an ACL problem. But I know that it's great for lubricating your joints, and it took me about a month and a half of taking them before I really noticed the difference. I had to build up in my system, but after that, man, it was a wonderful thing.
I appreciate the heads up right there. What was that again? That was a big word. I was trying to spell it and Google it, and I couldn't spell it, and I just said the hell with it. All right, whatever. I'm willing to try anything. You guys know me. I'm willing to try absolutely anything. I don't want to be sore. I don't want to go through pain. You guys are all with me right there. I will tell you this, though. I'm 52. I'm going to be 53 in December. I don't even feel anywhere near it. And it's not like I'm this chiseled piece of concrete of a human being. I just don't feel it. I feel great. I feel exactly like I did 10 years ago, the same as I did 10 years prior. It's weird. Good, I guess, but weird. So which means I'll probably walk outside and get hit by a bus. No, I feel great. Feel great. I know a lot of you guys are going, wait a minute. You feel great, but all you do is complain about how sore you are all the time. No, that has slowed down recently. I think you all have noticed that a little bit. Race Trash, anything goes. 239-1070. Line 2, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, JMV, it's Christian.
Hello, Christian.
Hey, I just have to say, when you're talking about the YouTube lounge earlier and somebody calling you fat vampire, I had to spit out my drink when you said that.
Yeah, fat. No, it's Fat Dracula for the.
Fat Dracula.
yeah,
I'm sorry. Oh man, because I'm with you. I mean, I got a little weight around the waist there, if you know what I mean. But
Fat Dracula.
Damn,
yeah, they did.
That's a good one.
I know, and because of that, because I'm super sensitive. And I chafed a little bit because of that, and I went out and changed my hairstyle because of that. Because I guess I'm going to be fat, but at least I won't look like the Dracula part.
Oh man, and I feel you on the Dracula part too, because I got a widow's peak, and everybody always says I look like Eddie Munster when I cut it real short.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, they say I look like the fat guy in Teen Wolf. They're just really mean to me. They're mean to me all the time. Chris, a little bit earlier, said that my show sucks. So, yeah, they're mean to me. I go home thinking about this stuff, too.
Hey, man, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. I feel so bad. That is pretty funny. Osteo Biflex. Here it is. Thank you, Skivvies. Triple strength vitamin D. Does it enhance my Hean and Sheehan prowess? I'm sorry, kickstart it? Enhance it? Line 5, Race Trash, anything goes. Hello.
Hey, JMV, it's Daryl. How you doing, brother?
Daryl, you moving people around this weekend?
Yeah, that's the reason I called. I wanted to confirm there was a lot of hotness last night.
Yeah, that's why it looked like the folks out there were dressing to impress, if you know what I meant. Yeah.
They did a great job. Great job.
I bet there's no White Claw left in Hamilton County after last night.
Probably not, because I know there was an empty 12-pack in the back of my car one day.
What else you got, buddy?
I don't think they're going to have the same crowd tonight for One Republic.
It's tomorrow. Is One Republic's tomorrow night, right? I think. Yeah. So, yeah, you're probably right. Although people tell me that Hard to Breathe or Help to Breathe, is it Hard to Breathe?
Need to Breathe.
Need to Breathe. Sorry, Need to Breathe is a good band, as you can tell, because I don't even get their name accurate right there. But Need to Breathe. People tell me that that's a good act, too.
And not next week, but the following week, you'll have Kid Rock and Jason Aldean's back-to-back nights. So
yeah, that'll be fun for you right there. Get ready for that.
Oh yeah, all right, brother. We'll be listening tomorrow night.
You got it, Daryl. I appreciate you. Raise trash, anything goes. JMV, careful regarding osteo-bioflex. Side effects are hair loss and diarrhea. The hair loss, I don't have that now, but the diarrhea I have often. Like, that's my middle name. I'll just take out the M and put JDV. John Diarrhea Vincent. I don't know why that is either. Tell you. I do laugh about it. Getting old is pretty funny. I will tell you this, though. I mentioned 52 going to be 53. There's no way in the world I act or am anywhere close to what I thought was when I was growing up. Let's say I was 10, 11 years old. 53 was like, they don't do anything. Maybe you garden. Or, that's about it. Like, you don't even mow your own yard.
Would you be mowing your own yard if you didn't have a 65-inch mower?
Hey, shout out to the mower shop. That's Paul up in Fishers, because we've got, the 63-incher has an issue right now. And what I gather is I'm using a 48, and while the 48 cuts great, the 48 takes a hell of a lot more time than the 63. I've got to have the 63 back, because the 48, while the 48 does it great, it takes.
You ever taken a push mower to your acreage?
Yeah. It'd take me about 6 hours to do, probably.
I wonder how long it'd take using my mower.
What's your mower deck?
Oh, probably 22.
Oh, my God.
Just a push mower.
Be a hell of a workout right there. Yeah, I got to get the 63 back. And thanks for Paul at the mower shop in Fishers for taking it up there, too. But yeah, and believe me, the 48's fantastic. It cuts great, but it just takes longer. And I think once you get in the routine of having, your yard done in a certain amount of time, I have 4 acres to cut. So normally with the 63, I get it done in between 45 minutes and an hour. With the 48, it takes a good hour and a half plus. Just different. Still good, but it's different. All right, quick break and we'll return. If you're on hold, I'll get to you. Colts Happy Hours coming up at the top of the hour. Again, that Colts night practice tomorrow night. No more tickets available. It should be a banger up at Grand Park in Westfield for those that have those tickets. Tracksides at 7, Beyond the Bricks at 8, 9:30, Indiana Sports Talk. Over at Lucas Oil Raceway tonight, you have the ARCA Series and you have the Truck Series. The Truck Series back after a long time away. You guys are going to thoroughly enjoy that. I promise. You got IndyCar, Xfinity coming out at IMS tomorrow, and then that on the road course, maybe for the last time. I am guessing, as we talked to Dale Jarrett a little bit earlier, that next year they go back to the Oval. They move away from the road course. That is just a guess after talking to Doug Bowles earlier this week. So, got a busy weekend of racing and a lot more. And your calls at 239-1070 with a raise, trash, anything goes. Continue next.
Is more expensive these days, gas, groceries, you name it. One thing you can't put a price on is peace of mind, which is why I'm a AAA member. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas, like your keys in a car. AAA is there 24/7, 365. As a AAA member, I get discounts on all sorts of stuff. Hotels, rental cars, restaurants. My AAA membership will even get me into the state fair for free on AAA Day, my birthday, August 17th. My AAA membership saves me so much money each year, practically pays for itself. If peace of mind on the road combined with more dollars in your pocket sounds like something you'd be interested in, Do yourself a favor, join AAA today. To get your AAA membership, visit AAA.com, call 844-GO-AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office and tell them I sent you. Don't forget to save the date for the AAA Day at the Indiana State Fair. That's Wednesday, August 17th. AAA members get in free. Details always at AAA.com.
Hey, everybody, we've all heard stories from friends and family about something really bad that happened. You're in an accident. There's a painful, life-altering injury, huge medical bills, even wrongful death, all from someone else's fault. Some of you are dealing with it right now. That's where the attorneys at Parr Ritchie Law Firm can help. Tony Patterson, Paul Cruz, and John McLaughlin lead a team with over 70 years of collective courtroom experience and millions of dollars in jury awards and settlements for their clients. None of us can change the past. Just know that Tony, Paul, and John are on your side to help you and your family going forward. They're recognized by super lawyers and U.S. News and World Report as being among the leading injury lawyers in Indiana. Even if you're unsure you have a case, give Parr Ritchie a call. They'll listen and give you their free experience legal opinion. Call 317-269-2509 or visit parrinjury.com. That's P-A-R-R injury.com.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, every day is a beach day. And with 35 miles of pristine, sugary white sand, it's easy to see why. So let's grab the beach bag, the beach ball, and the boogie board. Let's pack the suits, the sunscreen, and the sunglasses. Take a dip in the emerald green waters of the Gulf. And then take in a breathtaking sunset at the end of the day. So let's make a beeline to the beach. And let's shine. Plan your next getaway at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Hey, it's Jake Query. After this Saturday's IndyCar and Xfinity races at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the racing continues Saturday night at the Tom Wood Group Indianapolis Speedrome, powered by Lincoln Tech. It's a full night of stock car racing on the historic 5th Mile Oval, capped off by a 100-lap wild and unpredictable late-model figure eight. The Speedrome features family-friendly racing action, great food, free parking, and outrageous fun. That's the Indianapolis Speedrome at Brookville Road and Kitley Avenue on Indianapolis' southeast side. More information at speedrome.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The housing market has started to cool and mortgage interest rates have come down. Now is the perfect time to get into the home of your dreams. If you've been thinking about buying a home, let's talk. We can answer all of your questions and get you pre-approved the day you call in. And with our 10-day closing guarantee, your offer is sure to stand out. Learn more and get pre-approved today at thehomeloanexpert.com. Home of the 10-day closing guarantee. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, JMV for the absolute best. Here it's Eric Wilson, my good friend, and Andy Moore, Buick GMC, 131st State Road 37 in Fishers. Here's part of the battle right here, right? You got to satisfy the fam. My fam is completely satisfied, loving, and I mean loving the GMC Acadia. It has room for everybody. And I've had, what have I had? 5 or 6 at least basketball girls and friends of Laney and that thing at a point in time. And there's room to spare. It's an awesome vehicle. That and so much more available for you right now at Indiana's Best. They do have what you're looking for, and they have the best car buying experience you're going to find anywhere, especially service after the sale at Indiana's Best. So if you're in the market for a new ride, let's get it done one-stop shopping wise with the inventory and the service after the sale, along with the price tag that you will love. Ask for Eric Wilson at Andy Moore Buick GMC, 131st State Road 37 in Fishers.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Owner Danny Reinhardt says putting his kids in charge of more of the day-to-day operations of the business was the plan all along.
It makes me really proud that I know that I can turn it over to my family and they can take care of things, and I've got all the confidence in the world in them. And that's the legacy I'm proud to leave.
A great family-owned business, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, 317-745-4526. Reinhardt's your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Tavern Tour 22, brought to you by Evan Williams, continues Thursday at Manly's Irish Mutt on East 10th Street. Join JMV this Thursday from 3 to 6 at Manly's Irish Mutt. Tavern Tour 22.
It's time for camp. No, not that camp. We're talking Colts training camp.
Kevin Bowen here at Grand Park. Colts back to work.
So now we can ask the big question.
Consistently much better this year.
The wide receiver core is a concern.
They would have liked to have seen some sort of veteran move there.
The Colts have just disregarded.
The NFL season countdown is underway. It's Colts camp.
42 ISO X Flash. I want
on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Thank you for your support.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
You know your name. Glad I came to my senses. Like quick, got sick to my stomach. Overcome it by thoughts of me and her together, right? So when I asked her, she said I wasn't that type. I wish I was a little bit taller.
And 90s After 9 coming up tomorrow night. This probably will be prevalent. You know this song? I told people inside the lounge via YouTube Live to identify that and to see if they can get at it right here. Good day in there. Good day on Facebook Live. Thank you very much. Your listeners, 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. My goodness. I saw this. The traffic east side, southbound, I-465 stopped. Are you ready for this? How is this even possible? Southbound I-465 is stopped from I-69 all the way to I-70. That's 6 miles. The delay time from the back of the line, that's 105 minutes. Man. 4 vehicles involved, including a box truck, scanner traffic reports. This is from WIBC, by the way, downstairs, and the great Matt Bear. 1 person trapped inside the vehicle, according to scanner traffic. Again, that's an update from WIBC traffic downstairs. Matt Bear is awesome at what he does. But I-69 southbound all the way to I-70. That's over 6 miles. Traffic is stopped. It goes without saying. That's a big chunk of area right there. It goes without saying. Avoid it if you can. I mean, there are a variety of ways you can go. I honestly, I would much rather be moving than just sitting there. I just don't know. But practice a little restraint, and don't go heavy on the jackassery, okay? Because it seems like there's going to be a lot of people in that. That's brutal. So let's no jackassery. How about that? Yeah, shout out to Skilo, by the way. Vance got Skilo. It's a good 90s song right there. I don't know if I've seen it that far back. 6 miles? I mean, have I missed something? I know that I'm not a part of the normal, ride home traffic pattern because I'm sitting here doing this, but I can't remember a time when it's been backed up at a standstill that far. Yeah, again, if you find yourself losing it a little bit, don't. Just chill, and I'll help get you there. If you want me to play some music, I'll give you a little George Benson breezing or something. We'll all just kind of chill out, but we don't need any jackassery, all right? So let's not practice that. All right, Race Trash, anything goes. 239-1070. Line 1, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hi, JMB. This is Bud Knox in Franklin.
Shout out to Bud Knox in Franklin, Indiana.
Yes, sir. Almost a neighbor,
Listen, I like Franklin, and I especially like that new school in Franklin is awesome. I mean, it looks fantastic. It is out there with room to grow out there, and kind of I don't want to say nowhere, but there's not a lot around it. I love it. It's an awesome new school out there.
Yes, sir. All right. First of all, best wedding song ever, and I mean ever, is a song by the name of You, and it's by A.J. Cross. That's with a K, not a C.
A.J. Cross, because I knew you didn't mean you by Candlebox.
It did sound like that, didn't it? That's the best song ever by You. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not that.
So, guys, check it out. You're going to love it. It's one of the most beautiful love songs ever written. It really
you got
is.
it. Yeah, it's not Peter Frampton either, right? There's
No, sir.
Gotcha.
Now, one other thing, real quick. Our new wide receiver, Alec, I forget his last name, first-round pick.
Alec Pierce, second-round pick, yes.
Thank you. That's a gut feeling, and I probably way off as usual, but I just have a feeling he's going to be like another I forgot his name. I had it while ago. The good wide receiver on the Rams, real good guy.
Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp. We got another Cooper Kupp here.
Well, that'd be outrageous. That'd be outstanding. And Bud Knox, you have a great weekend down in Franklin. Thank you very much. Shout out to the Willard. But they're just not dudes like that's almost like every how long? 10 years, maybe too long, but that's yeah. You'd have to strike incredible gold right there. I hope it works out. I tend to set the bar much, much lower than that. Not because I don't believe in the dude and who they picked, but because it is incredibly tough to come in and have any sort of level of success like that in your rookie season. Yeah, and the numbers will certainly bear that out. Line 2's Race Trash. Anything goes. You're on the air. Who's this?
This is Rob. How you doing, JMV?
Rob Elwood or Rob at O'Charlie's in Noblesville?
Yep. I no longer live in Elwood.
Okay.
And I am on my way to Billy Strings right now.
Billy Strings at the TCU Amphitheater downtown this evening. Yes.
We are actually driving to Terre Haute to get there because of all the I-69 stuff.
It might be quicker at this point to drive to Terre Haute and get here. Yeah.
Life is good, so it's all good. Worst wedding song of all time, especially if it's not your wedding, is I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I would probably rather have the Dolly Parton version playing if I were going to have either one of them. I get you.
I would rather do crystal meth than have to listen to that song ever. So,
okay.
What was your wedding song?
Oh, I didn't have one because I was kind of drunk. Yeah, it would.
Mine was "I Cross My Heart" by George Strait.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
I love that because it was quick.
I got married in Vegas at the Venetian. And I got married in the Venetian where they have that mall area and then they have that little that area that crosses, they have a canal in there, right? And It's that area. I got married over the canal at the Venetian.
I got married in Elwood, Indiana during the chili cook-off, so that was a good day.
Just like
you can't beat that.
Hey, Rob, I appreciate you. I'm sure I'll hear from you tomorrow night, man. Thanks. I got married in Elwood, Indiana during the chili cook-off. Yeah, we got married at the Venetian. Back in 1983, this was a big moment in my life. I'll tell you what that is on the other side. Because everybody that lived in town, everybody that had cable, everybody that had no idea what you had to deal with when you couldn't get MTV. And this is back when MTV was it. I mean, it was legit, not like this crap you get today. It sucks so bad. But back then, it was legit. And not everybody could get it, especially if you're like me and you lived out in the woods or in Greene County. But a game changer on this date back in 1983. I'll give you that. More of your calls. Colts Happy Hour, top of the hour. This is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Listen to Kevin and Query this week on 93.5 or 107.5 The Fan for a chance to win tickets to see Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening on November 29th at Old National Center. Big Red Liquors Big Gas Giveaway. This month, Big Red Liquors is giving away 4 $500 gas cards. Yes, you could win a $500 gas card. Stop in at any Big Red Liquors to enter. It's free. Must be 21 to enter. No purchase necessary. Come celebrate 11 years of supporting Indy 11 with the Brickyard Battalion and all Indy 11 supporters this Saturday, July 30th versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Kickoff is 7 p.m. downtown at Carroll Stadium. Come early to tailgate and be part of the pregame festivities. Pick up your game day poster and ready yourself for 90 minutes of nonstop action. Download the Indy 11 app to manage your game day experience. Buy your tickets or purchase now online at Indy11.com.
Hey, fellas, talking to you right here. A lot of people, like to discuss testosterone with you, right? I'm digging on testosterone. I'm like a fountain of testosterone right now. But I will tell you this. I don't know about all the other levels that are important to us fellas out there, right? That's why I have the Low T Center. They specialize in overall men's wellness here. They check all of your levels, not just your testosterone. Low T Center, affordable, convenient options for you for treatment, including monitored self-inject treatment that ships directly to your home. So make your health a priority and schedule. Do this. Let's all do this together here. Our annual health assessment. Let's get this scheduled right now at the Low T Center. Now, it's covered by most health insurance plans, or it's less than $100 cash pay. LowTCenter.com. Go there right now and sign up. Make sure you say, hey, I heard JMV talking about this too, because this is not something that I'm telling you should do. Fellas, we all should do this right now. That's LowTCenter.com for that appointment. Apply, register, sign up online today. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
Hey, Indiana, start the second half of the baseball season the right way and turn Ks into cash and big hits into big wins with FanDuel Sportsbook. Hey, it's Mark from Kevin and Query, and right now new customers get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. All you have to do is sign up with promo code MARK to get in on the action. FanDuel lets you bet the money line, home run props, strikeout totals, and so much more. Plus, you can combine your bets for an even bigger payday with a same-game parlay. If you haven't tried FanDuel, now's the perfect time to give it a shot. Just join with promo code MARK and turn a $5 bet into $150 in free bets, win or lose. That's promo code MARK, M-A-R-C. While you're there, check out their everyday odds boosting specials like Dinger Tuesdays, which is my favorite promotion during the baseball season. Plus, the app is safe, secure, and easy to use. And when you win, you get paid quick. Must be 21 and over in Indiana. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is now eligible free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Yeah, that's right. I bet you didn't expect to see me here. Well, here I am. Let me tell you about a little something called respect. You ever heard of it? You know what? I think it's
You're good at using your time in the shower to replay conversations and say what you should have said. We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
I think it's time for you to get out. You should just leave.
Cubs, Giants, Sunday Night Baseball. The action begins at 7 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Are you kidding? You think I'd join this crummy snobatorium? But this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
This is for everybody on 465 southbound on the east side, where 15 minutes ago, Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center tweeted out that there is a delay time of 105 minutes because traffic is stopped because of an accident southbound, 465 on the east side, from I-69 to I-70. So all of you out there sitting in this traffic delay, trying not to lose it, we're going to chill you out with a little George Benson and breezing right now. That will chill out anybody. That is brutal. Again, we have a no jackassery rule in that traffic backup. I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not in it. But try to remain as chill as possible. There's your George Benson. ARCA Race Truck Series over at Lucas Oil Raceway coming up later on tonight. As Rob mentioned, Billy Strings, I think, over at the TCU Amphitheater this evening. We gave away tickets to One Republic and Need to Breathe. That is tomorrow night at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Trackside Beyond the Bricks, Indiana Sports Talk, 7, 8, and 9:30. Coming at you respectively tonight, too. And a weekend here on the Fan of racing. IndyCar tomorrow, that's at noon. Our good friend Mark James, the track dude. You got Jake Query, everybody involved in that. I think the Xfinity Series is at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'm assuming that's PRN and a mixture of our folks here at the IMS Radio Network. Cup Series, the same. That is on Sunday at 1:30 right here. So all of your racing can be heard right here this weekend. Race Trash, anything goes. Line 3 at 239-1070. You're on the air. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Greg.
Hello, Greg.
I love the show. Love the Saturday night party show. Are you doing that tomorrow?
Absolutely. Yep. I'll be there.
Got a Pacers question and a quick Lionel Richie story since you brought him up if you want to hear that.
Okay, go.
So for the Pacers, do you think it's a possibility that talks will heat up with a trade with L.A. for Hield or Miles or whoever, or do you think that's done?
No, I don't think it's done. No, I think when Bob Kravis explained last week, as he reported, if it comes down to, the only sticking point is, a first rounder in 2029 from the LA and Rob Pelinka side of things, it would seem like that there's a pretty good chance that things will respark and something would get done.
Great. Okay. So since you brought up Lionel Richie, 1 year in a fraternity formal, we had booked all our hotel rooms, and I went to Kent State, a Cleveland suburb, and we all got bumped all over the place because Lionel Richie booked the whole floor. He was playing the Richfield Coliseum, the old Cavs place.
What year was that? What year was it?
That would be 86.
Yeah, because that's in his wheelhouse. He might have been, outside of Michael Jackson, the most popular musician / celebrity in the world at that time.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And his opening act was Sheila E.
Nice.
They actually put her 3 doors down from some of us. And one of my fraternity brothers, in his drunkenness, went and started banging on her door, yelling, E! E! And a big old bouncer came out and said, you need to stop doing that.
I bet they had probably stuffed him in a trash can or something like that. Yeah, I love Sheila E. But now, at that point in time, at 86, Lionel Richie might have been, along with Michael Jackson, two of the biggest things going then, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate
it. Good weekend.
Hey, thank you for the call. I appreciate that. Line 5, Race Trash, anything goes. Go quick.
Hey, JV, it's J-Law. How are you?
Hello, J-Law.
Hey, knees, acupuncture. Have you tried it?
I have not. Should I?
Yes. I had a patella tendon issue, 2 visits, gone.
Give that a try. All right. Fubar Lounge. Fubar Lounge activity for us tomorrow night, too, okay? You guys?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you. That's J-Law, Fubar Lounge, J-Law from The Lounge via YouTube Live. By the way, this date in 83 I mentioned before the break, Friday Night Videos debuted on NBC. For a lot of us that did not have cable back then, that's the first time we actually got to watch videos without somebody that had cable taping them on a loop on a VCR and then sending it to us. This date in 83, Friday Night Videos. Big racing weekend. We got you trackside Beyond the Bricks, Indiana Sports Talk tonight, 7, 8, 9:30. Tomorrow, IndyCar, the Xfinity Series, Cup Series on Sunday. Kyle, great job from you. Dale Jarrett, Mike Wells, podcast 1075thefan.com. We continue moving forward. Me, you, Colts Happy Hour. Straight ahead, next.